The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call
Talked to him yesterday. He was driving around Southern California. Like, oh,
Bet just loving every second of it.
you're one of those now, are ya? He's had some pretty girthy posts.
Saying, look at that mountain. Look at those trees.
Look at that,
He's down on his knees.
he's down on his knees. Look at these. Ain't nothing like them nowhere.
I love that it's a whole song making fun of LA, and then LA plays that
Loves it.
song for every win.
Yeah, plays it after everything. It's probably the perfect thing for you. It's a perfect troll for Randy Newman of Los Angeles. Welcome in. Happy Monday, everybody. Hopefully, I trust that you all had a good weekend. Dave will be back tomorrow, allegedly. No, he's had some girthy posts about saying goodbye to his firstborn off to college. Yeah, when I talked to him yesterday, Chris, I had a question about something, and then we were talking a little bit. I said, so how's it going down there? He's like, I've barely seen her. I guess, she's got to do a bunch of orientation and different things. There was some band. He was like, there was like a band boot camp or whatever. But him and Melissa were down there, and they were getting ready to go to dinner. Not with her, though. So it's happening. It's happening for him. So we'll see how he's doing tomorrow. I think tomorrow could be, well, it may be the challenging day as today, but we knew it was going to be a challenging month. Had the big birthday. Good trip, sounded like, with his dad. And then saying goodbye to his daughter, going to that school. That school in Southern California. How about you, Chris? Good weekend for you?
Yeah, it's cool.
That was cool, huh?
Yeah.
Highlight, low light, anything in between?
I went to a friend's birthday on Saturday.
Okay. And
a cousin's birthday on Sunday.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It was a social weekend.
Yeah,
for
birthday weekend.
You. Okay. Care to say the ages of the people that had birthdays? Were they kids or adults?
Well, Gracie, who comes in here.
Oh, yeah.
She has come in here.
Yeah.
She turned 16 yesterday.
Still have some of her drawings. Well, at least one.
And then someone that we used to work with, I don't know, it's got to be 50, 55.
Oh, they had a birthday, huh?
Yeah.
Nice. How was that?
It was all right.
Okay. No highlights from that one?
A bunch that I can't share.
Oh, over the air.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. We like birthdays. Birthdays are fun. They're meant to be spent with family and friends. And nothing brings family and friends together better. Did you have crumble cookies?
We did not.
What kind of party without a crumble cookie? I was a part of a radio reunion, but it wasn't my radio reunion. My wife has been in radio or had been in radio for a long time. So it was a group of people that I know, quite a few of them, but not all of them. They all got together, and it was probably a 30-ish year reunion of radio people. So I knew of some of them, but it was kind of funny to see and hear some stories of people that have been in radio back when they say it was fun. It's lost its fun. I don't know.
Has it?
I don't know. I look at it and I say, you know, what was I supposed to do today? And I think, have a blast. And I've had a blast. Yeah. Apparently people had a blast here over the weekend. Chris, I always say this, and Dave does too. I don't know what happens over the weekend, but something happened to our friend Bobby Jackson.
Well, it looks like the last people that were in here were
fighting
Whitey and Jay.
Yeah. And Imran. They were doing the sports card show. Yeah, I don't know. Bobby's body is over in the corner. His head is over here. Hope he's all right. Scott Pollard, he's still intact so far. So we're ready to go for this Monday. Yeah, Dave will be back tomorrow. One final day off for him. Is he always on vacation? I love to see that when people send me that. No, not always, but
just most of the time.
Just most of the time. And you know what? We all get our time. I will say this. He utilizes it. That's what it's for.
Yeah, I went to a couple days off in September to like Friday through Wednesday.
Yeah, you were only gonna be like one day, right?
I was gonna be two. I had Friday and Monday off.
So then you wrapped it around a little bit more to Tuesday, Wednesday. Good for you. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. As you should. And even after that, you'll still have probably like 3 weeks left.
I know. I can't get rid of my vacation time.
Yeah, look, we like our job. I say I love my job. We have favorable jobs, fun jobs.
I love my guys.
You know what? I love all my guys. But it can be difficult to take the time off. You try to do it, or the beauty of it is you try to, if you can, work around it so you can still work and get away if you can. Speaking of getting away, so last week we had the experience of me pulling into the station and not seeing Chris's car. Didn't freak out right away until later. Found out that you weren't here. We went through all that. I think that was Wednesday or Thursday, where the one time you overslept, didn't plug in the phone, and
I plugged it in,
just not correctly.
Yeah.
Or the thing didn't work or whatever it was. So today, the way, we have two kind of entrances into the building, and I always go around to the back entrance and go in through there and then park on that side. And for whatever reason, everybody kind of has their spot. I park like 85 spots away. I park in another county.
Yeah, I was working here for a week, and then Dave said, "Why are you parking in my spot every day?"
Yeah, which there really aren't spots, but
I show up and there's literally 2 cars in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
You took my spot. So Chris generally parks in the same spot. Dave does, Pat, Cody, myself. I mean, I'm in the same spot, but if someone was there, that's fine. But anyway, so last week I pulled up, I saw Pat, saw Cody's car, didn't see Chris's. Today, as I go around, I kind of take, I see the first entrance and I kind of look in the parking lot and I go, "Oh, there's Chris." Oh, I only see Chris's car. So then I pull in, I go, "Wait, did I not see that correctly?" And then get in here, and yeah, was that a little jarring for you? Did you think it was another day of the week or it was a weekend or something for a second?
No, what I said was, "Oh, thank God I remembered my key."
Yeah, because they have let you in before,
Yeah.
right? Pat's always the first one here. I guess they're off today, and they do that as a show. I guess we've never thought about that. Taking time off together, literally, all of us.
I think because, like, here's the thing: is they don't need like some other people filling in for them to do their show.
Yeah, I mean, sports always goes on. There are days that are lighter, but no offense to them, but they do a great show. That Pat's a Hall of Famer. Tom was a Hall of Famer. Cody's
Who's Tom?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't recall. Cody's an award winner. Look, these they're legends in the industry. And they do a great show here locally that's gotten a lot of attention. But, the music can be played the same today, and I hope they're off all week. I don't know what their situation is. But, yeah, sports shows, like, you want someone live in here if you can do it.
They're like a band, and we're like a stand-up comedian. I've heard stand-up comedians like kind of be upset about it. Like if Sting goes up and sings all the songs that people heard like 30 years ago, everyone's ecstatic.
Uh-huh.
But if you're a comedian and you're telling a joke from 30 years ago, people are getting mad at you.
Where's the new stuff? I never thought of it that way. You're right, though. It's like I've heard these jokes. Yeah, but if they were great, if that's probably what drew you to this comedian is, oh my gosh, I saw them 5 years ago. Everything they said was so funny. And then if you got there and they said the same thing, it's like, man, that was the same material. But wasn't it still funny?
No.
But then, like you said, we're going to watch Sting, and it's like, why is he playing new stuff? I want to hear the stuff I heard in the 80s.
And I want it to sound exactly like I heard it on the radio.
Yeah. That you are 100% right. I never thought of that. I know I've thought of that for the musicians. I never thought of that for the comedians about how that dynamic must be. But what's weird is that's kind of the way it goes. And I get the feeling that musicians want to play new stuff and want to be more creative. But yeah, that's weird. Because, it was a week ago today. I was in here after going to see Def Leppard. My friend brought me to see Def Leppard. They were great. Really entertained. I would say the first 5 to 6 songs, I was like, man, I know all of these. This is awesome. Then they went into a little pocket of about 4 songs. Like, I don't know these. They were fine. But then they finished with about 5 more bangers. I'm like, yeah. And I went, you know what? Not shame on me, but that they probably wanted more.
Put sugar on me.
Pour some sugar on me and enjoy those 4 songs in between. They wanted that sandwich in the middle for everyone to love. And it was fine. It was good. I wasn't saying like, oh my gosh, is this almost over? Play the old stuff. But man, interesting. And now, as you say that, Chris, I'm trying to think if I have heard a comedian do the same joke again. Like in a maybe if it's still in the same tour or the same kind of thing. But
like a lot of I'll-sees, like a lot of when I saw Anthony Jeselnik up at Hard Rock, that was getting a lot of stuff ready for his Netflix special.
Okay, so it was new stuff.
Yeah.
New material.
So, but when I saw the Netflix special, it was
that stuff.
Yeah.
But it was still funny, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's one of those things like, oh, I wonder what the reaction is going to be for when he gets to this part.
I wonder how many times comedians not recycled jokes, but if they've ever tweaked the same type of premise. Because, I mean, hopefully, a lot of good comedians to me are situational. So it was like, hey, this was the story I was in, the situation I was involved in. And, over time, maybe they've told the joke and then they can think of a different angle or a different approach. But yeah, that's interesting. I never thought of that, or haven't really. So you've heard comedians say that people get mad at them?
I think it was Chris Rock. Chris Rock said that. He said that he was jealous of musicians because they get to do that.
Yeah, that's tough because you constantly have to find new material, and the best ones do. The best ones are really, really good at that. All right, well, we do welcome everybody in. Jason Ross, Christopher Laud, Carmichael Dave back with us tomorrow. The full crew back here in studio. We won't know what to do with ourselves. We've got a lot to get to today. Coming up on the show, we will recap the weekend of the NFL. We had another preseason week 2. 49ers, Raiders, yes. Super Bowl preview. Is anybody calling it that?
Maybe.
Anyone? The Field Goal Fest. We'll talk a little bit about that. Who looked good? Who has some work to do? We will have the weekend roundup. We got Safer Out. We got 3 for Madness. There is a groundbreaking today in our beautiful city. We'll be discussing that today. Kind of the future of Sacramento sports. Baseball over the weekend. Mixed results for our local-ish teams. Was out at Sac State on Saturday night. Watched their scrimmage. We'll have some reports on that. In the week ahead, look, we got football. College football is finally here. Week 0, UC Davis will have a game this week. So I'm looking forward to that. We've got who's hot, who's not. We'll go streaking. And what's on deck. Crosstalk with Alan Stiles, celebrity birthdays. It is all here in front of you. And if you'd like to participate, as always, on our text line, 916-339-1140 or 1-800-920-1140 if you'd like to get in on the show on YouTube. You're there already. Good morning. Happy Monday to all of you. Big, hearty discussion going on over there already. So thank you for those of you checking us out this morning. We say hello. We salute you for being here. We ask you to, I'm wearing my Ron Burgundy Channel 4 San Diego Stay Classy shirt.
What is this, elementary school?
Why does that one get that? Stay classy, San Diego. But let's do it. Let's start you out with leading off.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Give over the left side to Sean Vaughn, banging and bumping. Touchdown, 49ers.
Hey, there was a touchdown. There were a lot of field goals. In preseason game numero uno, the 49ers and the Raiders battled. So it's nice that they played one another. We will be able to kind of discuss the value and the merits of that game. We saw Brock Purdy for a little bit. We saw Geno Smith for a little bit. Much better game for Ashton Genty. Niners moved the ball. It was actually kind of a wild finish for what it's worth in the preseason. They do keep score. They do keep records. Don't really care who wins in that. It's how you look, how you perform. But the 49ers did win and set themselves up for, after a turnover late, to get a long-distance field goal, which they did get. And they did end up winning 22-19. But we'll talk about that. A couple more injuries in the game for the 49ers as they continue to be the walking wounded at this point. But second preseason game, one more to go for each team. And then we're almost there. We are almost there to the start of the NFL season. Also, I did get a couple people that hit me up on social media. So if those of you, we had one of our guys last week that said they were going to Vegas for their fantasy draft. If you had your fantasy draft, how'd you do? By the way, Chris, I don't know. Do you know if Kyle has picked a date for our fantasy draft?
I haven't seen anything.
Okay. Because if I could request it, I want it to be September 2nd because I'm in 3 drafts. And yeah, I just found out over the weekend, they are all drafting on September 2nd. I have a 7 o'clock and 2 8 o'clocks. So maybe drafting.
Oh, that should be fun.
3 teams at one time.
I don't know how it, because there's one way to think. What I hate is when you're like either very early or very late, because then you have to like boom, boom, like with your picks, and then you're just waiting forever.
Yeah.
And then boom, boom.
Yeah.
And it's just like you get lost in it, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, I will be able to do it. The one, I don't want to say I care about them all. I try in all of them. I'm generally not the person that falls asleep on your team. I have before, but not really in football. And then certainly if there's any monetary thing involved in it, which I believe all 4 will. I think we did at the state. Did we have money involved in the station?
No.
Then it was just for fun. So maybe that's the one. Let's put that at right in the middle, 7:30, and I can just auto draft. No, yeah. But yeah, look, there's one that I've been in for years that has a different stakes at it. So I'll be focused most on that one, but I won't let the other ones go. But hopefully I'll be on it, see if I can draft all 3 at one time. All right, let's get to cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
There's your strikeout. And finally, in front of this great crowd, the Giants pick up a win. They snapped their losing streak at 7, and they do it today behind their 8. And also a nice 6th inning, and then a couple of home runs in the 7th.
Yeah, Logie Webb helped break the streak. 7 strong innings, gave up just 3 hits, no earned runs, dropped his ERA, struck out 7. Gets his 11th win. Man, oh man. Like, I mean, the Giants season has fallen apart, but they finally get a win yesterday. And the way they lost this weekend, oh my goodness. Friday and Saturday, just absolutely brutal losses. and they got the losing streak to 7. Finally got the win yesterday. Look, it's just more about breaking that than anything. It's not some expected turnaround for them. 60-64 even after the win. The Rays are not that great of a team, but they came in here, took the first 2 to add to that losing streak. They're getting farther and farther away from now the first place Dodgers, who had an amazing weekend sweeping the Padres. But 11 back of the Dodgers. I didn't see what they were in the wild card because I basically felt it was a no-win situation there. Cubs, Padres, Mets in the wild card spots. Then it's the Reds. Then it's the Cardinals. They're the Giants. 6 back of the last wild card spot. It is possible, not probable. The A's, on the other hand, did lose yesterday, but won 2 of the previous 3, and still think they are playing pretty good baseball. Yesterday, they had a weird game. They had a nice comeback to force a tie with the Angels, and then just had a brutal extra inning. Yeah, the final in 10 was 11-5. Gave up 6 runs in the 10th inning and ultimately lost that game. But Langoliers stayed hot. He hit another home run. Kurtz is still playing well. And over the weekend, again, taking 2 of 3. They're off today. They hit the road. I think they're going to, I think it's Minnesota. But yeah, mixed results for the local teams. Actually, the A's had the better weekend, taking 2 of 3. The Giants had the worst weekend, but they flip-flopped yesterday as we go into today, talking about them with mixed results. All right, let's get to our final cut.
Cut number 3.
Explanation?
Groundbreaking.
What is that?
It's Macho Man. Randy Savage.
What exactly is he saying?
Dig it.
Dig it. Okay. One more time. Got it. Yes. Sacramento Republic FC. Hey, it's groundbreaking on a stadium. Haven't we had that before?
This is a new stadium.
Oh, gotcha.
You have to do different groundbreakings for different stadiums.
Gotcha. Well, we are going to have stadium talk today because there was some stadium news over the weekend. Obviously, no, we're excited about this for the Republic. They have been at Cal Expo. The Republic have had starts and stops and MLS and not MLS and just different things have gone on, but they've been here. Meanwhile, gone along and played really good soccer over the last, bulk of the 10 years here. It's been a good organization. They've won a lot. They've had good fan support, and the thought of a brand new stadium downtown is very, very exciting to me. And today they are going to have some shovels in the dirt, kind of the ceremonial part of the groundbreaking. Now, there's a lot more to do after that and things to be finalized and so on and so forth. But this is the start of something potentially very, very big. Now, on the same note, I mentioned I was at Sac State scrimmage on Saturday, watched the football team get ready for their beginning of their season, which is now less than 2 weeks away. And news came out earlier in the day, which that's another part that we'll discuss a little bit later. But from Cal Expo, more so than the Sacramento State side of things, but Cal Expo, if in fact the shovel in the dirt and the stadium all comes to fruition for the Republic, they will lose the soccer team there. They are also going to lose, or they have lost, harness racing. So Cal Expo has been a venue here that's been here for years, and the fair is here, the state fair, and some other events. But they could use a jolt, and so they apparently have reached out to Sacramento State, who is in the process or has a desire to build a brand new football stadium. We know that the Republic are building a stadium. I could tell you this, as working with that campus and that university, getting stuff done on campus can be a chore. And so they have reached out to Sacramento State about a potential stadium at Cal Expo. So what is going on? We will try to sort all that out. But first and foremost, excited for the Republic groundbreaking. We'll get into that a little bit later, certainly coming up around 7:15 and 7:30 about the future of Sacramento sports. If you think about it, we do have the Kings right now, and we do have the Republic working on a new stadium with the groundbreaking today. The A's are here playing at Sutter Health Park, which is the home of the River Cats. Baseball yesterday, and their commissioner talked about expansion. I personally would like to see the A's stay, but if they do end up going to Vegas, who they've had their groundbreaking, they're trying to make progress on a stadium. We know it's difficult to do everywhere, but if that comes to fruition, they will leave Sacramento. Is this a dress rehearsal for Major League Baseball to come here? Well, if it is, there's going to need to be a stadium. Can there be this many new stadiums built in our area? I'm very skeptical of that. I would love it. Sure, it's not my money. Let's build a baseball stadium. Let's build a soccer stadium. Let's build a football stadium. Let's build it all. But how can it look? What will it look like? We'll kind of talk about the future of all of that. So we're going to have all that coming up today. But when we come back, the Brewers streak finally came to an end. We'll discuss that. The Dodgers take over the NL West, and the kind of mythical number of hitting 400 in baseball. Will anybody ever do that again? That's all coming up in Safe or Out next.
The Alan Stiles Show.
Are the Kings the one team in the league that could actually benefit from one of their players having a podcast? Malik, it would probably be Malik, even though he's in all these dang trade rumors. Wouldn't it be nice if you heard stories about the Kings?
You can listen to the Alan Stiles Show Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on 1140 a.m., YouTube, and the Sacktown Sports app.
The Roseville Auto Mall is Northern California's ultimate destination when looking for your next vehicle. Find the largest selection with 20 top brands and get huge savings during our Labor Day sales event going on now at the Roseville Auto Mall. Driven to be the best.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Lowe's knows tough jobs call for tougher tools. The new DeWalt Elite Series power tool accessories are built to last for the pro who doesn't stop. With precision fitment, durability, and impact resistance, finishing jobs faster has never been easier. Shop the new DeWalt Elite Series at an everyday low price exclusively at Lowe's. We help, you save.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Around here, the summer can smack you silly, especially if your AC is not functioning at a high level. Whitey Gleason here. I had the opposite problem over the winter. System went down. It was panic time, but Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating saved the day. Let them save you from unnecessary summer misery. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating, reliable, trustworthy. They do great work. They've won awards for their service. Check the reviews at leesair.com. Find out about their $99 HVAC tune-up service. Save your summer now. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating on the web at leesair.com. License number 635355.
Attention taxpayers. If you owe $5,000 or more and have missed another tax deadline, you're officially on the IRS's radar. The IRS has resumed aggressive collections. That means wage garnishments, bank levies, even seizures of your home, car, or retirement accounts. If you owe $5,000 or more and missed the deadline, you're stacking new debt on top of what you already owe. Call Priority Tax Relief now. Their experts fight back fast and are saving their clients millions in tax debt every month.
I owed over $50,000 and they settled it for pennies on the dollar. These guys are as legit as they come.
After speaking on my behalf with the IRS, my entire debt of $25,000 will be eliminated.
Whether you've received collection letters or you're already facing liens and garnishments, call for your free consultation. There are no upfront fees. Priority Tax Relief. Let's make your taxes our priority. Call 800-406-1584. 800-406-1584. 800-406-1584.
Priority Tax Relief. The following is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right, back here on the show, Jason Ross, Christopher Laud. Dave is back with us tomorrow. 916-339-1140 to text in. YouTube chat. It's healthy going on over there. We appreciate all of you. Good morning to one and all. MC, we were talking about comedians. Said Dane Cook has always been known to repeat.
Comedian legend Dane Cook.
I think Dane Cook's funny. I really do. That's not a joke.
He's gross.
Because?
Huh? I don't want to talk about it.
No, but I mean, I don't know what I'm missing because I feel like everybody doesn't like him. Every time I've ever seen him in comedy,
but how long ago was that?
Oh, it's been a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I saw probably 2 to 3 of his, maybe 2 specials, and the one, honestly, I laughed about as hard as I laughed at anybody ever.
Really?
Really funny. Now, it might be 15 years ago, and that might have been his peak, I guess. But I feel like since then, I'm like, well, I haven't seen him do a lot of things, and everyone's like, oh, dang. And it's just, you mention his name, and people, like, cringe. And I'm like, all right, well, why? And you don't want to say what.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's something. But, like, does everybody know that, I guess? And not me?
I would say a lot of people do.
Huh. Is there something you can say that would make me? Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
But I feel like, okay, that's, I guess, ruined his comedy for people. Because did you not find him funny?
He was fine of the time. Right. I didn't think he was like some groundbreaker. I didn't know how he was selling out full arenas.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I thought he was groundbreaking. I remember I loved his episode of Saturday Night Live, and that, again, that's close to 20 years ago. But I remember it. All right, Chris, safe or out? Question 1.
The Brewers' winning streak finally came to an end on Sunday. Safe or out? This was the best story of baseball this season.
Well, it's one of them. So, I mean, to say the best is probably too much, but I'm going to go partially safe. They had such a wild weekend. So when you're on this kind of winning streak, they've already done the burgers. We know that date's coming away for George Webb Restaurants. Friday night.
Burger.
Burger. Friday night, they were losing. Let me see, what was the peak? They were down 8-1 after the second inning. And they came back and won 10-8. So, I mean, you rally from 7 runs down. That doesn't happen very often, ever, but in the middle of a long winning streak. Then you get to Saturday night, and the way that game played out, they scored first. Then they were down 2-1, got a game-tying run in the 9th. So they go extras, scored at the top of the 10th, but gave up a run in the bottom of the 10th. Go to the 11th, scored 3, gave up 2. They won again. So the winning streak is going. Then yesterday, I was actually watching a decent amount of that game because I'm like, is this streak really going to continue? And they get to the 9th inning, and the Reds have them 1-0. The Brewers haven't scored yet. I'm thinking, man, the streak's going to come to an end on a shutout. No, Wilson Contreras hit a 2-run home run to put them ahead 2-1. I'm like, they are going to do this again. Unfortunately for them, they gave up a run in the bottom of the 9th to make it tied 2-2. Didn't score in the top of the 10th, and finally gave up that walk-off hit to the Reds to lose 3-2. But what a run. What a story. They've become baseball's best record. And with all that winning, they're now 78-45 and have opened up an 8-game lead on the Cubs, who have the 3rd most wins in the National League. So it's been a crazy win streak. The run differential is blown up. They've been beating all sorts of good teams, and truly impressive. Yes, safe. One of the best stories of the season. All right, question 2.
On Friday, the Padres were in first in National League West. After a 3-game sweep by the Dodgers, LA is now 2 games up on the Padres. Safer out. The Dodgers will never lose the top spot again this season.
Well, I mean, the Padres did catch him, but it's probably going to be safe, and I guess I'll hold reservations up for this next weekend because the Dodgers now go to Colorado to play 4. I would think they do fairly well there, so Padres better keep winning. Next weekend is the last series between the Dodgers and the Padres, and it'll be in San Diego. I'm sure it'll be wild down there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But if I'm really thinking about it, 2-game lead is very easy to do. But with the Dodgers still playing the Rockies 7 times, what seems to be the struggling Giants 7 times, I don't think they're going to catch them. I know it's only 2 games. Dodgers are getting a little bit healthier too. And, yeah, I think the Padres had their chance in a 3-game set, up by 1. Even getting 1 would have been fine. But the fact that they got swept, now they're 2 back, I'll say that's safe. Dodgers will hang on to that top spot. All right. Question 3.
On this day in 1980, former Kansas City Royals third baseman George Brett had his batting average climb over 400. Brett ultimately ended the season batting .390. Safer out. Nobody will ever hit 400 for a season again in Major League Baseball history.
Well, I mean, it feels like that's safe, but when you say ever, I mean, you're putting such a huge statement on it. I still love the only person that's ever done it, well, in modern times, is Ted Williams. And I know Ted Williams, what was his famous quote? He's like, oh, if I knew 400 was such a big deal, I'd have done it again.
What was it? Well, his big thing was the last day there was a doubleheader, and I believe he was at 3,995, which rounded up to 400.
Yeah, he didn't have to play.
Yeah.
But he did. Did he get to like 406?
Yeah, he got to 406.
Yeah.
And he said if he knew it was that big of a deal, he wouldn't. But the interesting thing is back then they didn't count sacrifice flies as that didn't go against your average. It did go against your average.
Oh, so
they said like he would have batted like 420 something.
Wow. So even better.
If they had those rules.
Well, I mean, look, the you've heard people say the thing before, like you go 3 out of 10, you fail 7 times out of 10, but get 3 hits. Like that's a Hall of Fame career if you bat 300, and obviously you have to do some other things, home runs, RBI runs, longevity, all that stuff. If you look at just this season in baseball, and things go in a cycle, Chris, how many people in all of Major League Baseball, all of the hitters, do you think are batting above 300? How many players?
Oh, it's way down. I will say 25.
Okay, that's pretty low. Because in the past, I mean, you'd get
Like there'd always be like 3 or 4 guys on every team batting 300.
Yeah, and then there'd be about a couple in that 340, some 330. Yeah. There's 8.
Oh, man.
8. Vladimir Guerrero and Mikael Garcia are at 300, so a bad day, and it could be down to 6. Will Smith and Xavier Edwards are at 302. Jacob Wilson, who's injured, and as long as he keeps that enough at-bats, he'll stay here, 312. Jeremy Pena, 313. Jonathan Aranda, 316. And Aaron Judge, 333. That's it. So Judge isn't even close. Gwynn had the year in 94 with the strike, and I think he was around 390 something. And he's one of the best hitters I've ever seen. Boggs, would hit 360, 370. George
Nomar, I think, was at 400 in August.
Okay. Was he that high?
Yeah.
I don't remember Nomar being that high. But George Brett on this day got to 400. He actually got as high as, I think, 408, and then ended up at 390. The interesting thing, I was doing a little research on George's season, too. He didn't get over 300 until May 31st of that year. So he obviously got hot to climb that average up to 400. It's different right now, but I don't know that it won't cycle to something different in the next 10, 15, 20 years. I mean, to say ever, I'll say no, but the fact that Ted Williams did that in 60, I don't know what year that was, 1960 something? 3, 4?
Oh, Ted Williams? Uh-huh. That was 1930, no, 1941.
That he hit 400?
Uh-huh, I think so.
Oh, what did I say? 60? Sorry, yeah. Let me see. When did Ted Williams hit 400? Why did I have 60s in my head? I know that's... Yeah, you're right. 1940. Oh, wait. Yeah, September 28th, 1941. Williams hit 406, making him the last... So we're almost 100 years since someone's done it.
He didn't even win the MVP that season.
Who did?
Joe DiMaggio. Because he got a hit 56 times in a row.
Honestly, who had the better year? Did he?
Yeah.
I'm going to do a little compare.
He batted 400.
Which is incredible. Yeah, we're going to do a little compare and contrast when we come back. We also have a weekend roundup. What another weekend and impressive day by Scottie Schefler. This guy is dialed in. We've got that and more, much more to get to, including a big groundbreaking today in Sacramento. That's all straight ahead here on Sacktown Sports.
The Allen Styles Show.
Are the Kings the one team in the league that could actually benefit from one of their players having a podcast? Malik, it would probably be Malik, even though he's in all these dang trade rumors. Wouldn't it be nice if you heard stories about the Kings?
You can listen to the Allen Styles Show Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on 1140 a.m., YouTube, and the Sacktown Sports app.
Americans may not agree on much, but we agree on Social Security. We all pay in. It ought to be there when we need it. Social Security could face a funding gap in less than a decade, and I don't want to see a pay cut. I'm with AARP in the fight to protect the Social Security we earned.
Pledge to protect Social Security at aarp.org/weearnedit. That's aarp.org/weearnedit. Paid for by AARP.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Your car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them upon inflating. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bones, please contact us today. You could be owed money for medical bills and other damages.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing.
Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that, or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
All right, so I was doing a little research there, Chris, during that commercial break. Yeah, why did Ted Williams not win the MVP?
Because DiMaggio had a 56-game hitting streak.
Also, by the way, very, very impressive. I don't know which streak has a better. I mean, honestly, that's a good debate. Which streak has a better chance to be broken? Someone going for 57 straight games, or someone hitting over 400? Both equally difficult.
Well, with a hitting streak, you're going to have to get lucky sometimes in there.
Yeah.
That's just how it's going to be. And then 400, you have to be insanely consistent all year long.
Let me see what Boston's record. Okay, so I mean, the one thing that I would say, like, I don't know what the MVP debates were like. I don't know what the Stephen A. Smiths of back then were saying, the talk shows of the critics, of the people from the press here. The Yankees won more games. That's a good amount more. And Boston didn't make the playoffs. That would be the.
Did they even have playoffs back then?
I think so, because here are the 4 teams that are highlighted here: the Homestead Grays, the Kansas City Monarchs, the New York Yankees, and the Brooklyn Dodgers. Why were those teams highlighted? No, those other two. Never mind. The Dodgers won 101. The Yankees won 101. The Dodgers won 100. Boston won 84. Let's see.
Ted Williams also wasn't liked in the media.
That could be it. Ted Williams had more runs, a little less hits by 8, less doubles, less triples, but more home runs, 5 less RBI, 2 less stolen bases. Joe D did bat 357, But Ted Williams batted 406. That must have been a tough debate back then to figure out who was the MVP in the American League of the 1941 season. But you would say, man, I don't know what's more difficult, to bat 400 or to get 57 games in a row. Actually, the person that does the 57 might bat close to 400.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing, was DiMaggio had to hit 56 games in a row, and he was still 50 points shy
of 357
of Ted Williams.
That's crazy. Those two records will not be broken in my lifetime. Yeah, probably Campeo.
I think with the less importance on hitting in baseball and trying more to get home runs, it's going to be like something would have to change.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like at some point it'll cycle again. Like we're seeing, like the Brewers hit home runs, but they're putting the ball in play. They're stealing bases. So, it is someone got to launch angle and said, look, let's get the way to knock in runs and to win games, to get pitchers out and hit home runs. And we're not as worried about strikeouts. I think it'll shift again at some points, like making contact, getting base runners on, putting pressure on defense, putting pressure on the pitchers. I still think there's merit and value to that in baseball. I don't think it has to change completely, but I think if you've got the team that has bashers on it, yeah, go hit home runs. But if you've got the guys that put the ball in play and you can get people on base, I mean, that's the name of the game, is get people on base, get high leverage situations against pitchers. Your creativity now as a manager for bunting, hit and run. I know that doesn't happen a lot, but stealing bases. And the 3-run home run works. The grand slam, you can knock in with your big boppers behind you. We'll see. I mean, look, in the 70s and 80s, we would not see openers and guys pitching 3 innings, 4 innings. Now it's like, especially when you get to the playoffs, if they can get around the lineup once, maybe twice, it's like, really? What happened to the guys pitching 7, 8, 9 innings? Complete games are long gone. Well, that may change again. We just don't know. We're not in that cycle right now of baseball. But yeah, those two records will be very, very difficult to beat and or even come close to. And that's the thing with, if someone was hitting, like now, it's August 18th, and Aaron Judge is the leader at 333, but let's say that was 393, the amount of talk and media speculation and all that and the hype, and that's the same thing they say about a hitting streak. If Jacob Wilson was at 40 right now and healthy and hitting 40-game hit streak, I mean, they'd be doing live look-ins, popping into every game to see if Jacob Wilson could extend the hitting streak, and he's one day closer to Joe DiMaggio. It's just a different day and age, and I think that's that pressure. If the player could handle it, then more power to him. All right, some few things over the weekend before we get into the next portion. We got 3 for Madness coming up, and much more on the future of Sacramento sports in our 7 o'clock hour. It was quite a day for Scottie Schefler yesterday.
Scottie Schefler, 82 feet from the hole. He's off the green left in the rough. This all slopes down towards that back right hole location. Lifts this out of the rough, onto the putting surface. Now bringing it down the slope towards the hole, slowly moving, now picking up speed. That's getting close to the hole now, picking up speed, getting close. Scottie Schefler, and that is right. He made it! Chip and birdie, oh my goodness, do you believe it? Scottie Schefler, birdies, hole out, 17, 15 under.
Wow.
And look, I know not everybody watches golf or follows golf, but I've always appreciated in any sport, whether it's the Olympics and you see Michael Phelps dominate, or Simone Biles, or pick your athlete. Who was it last year in the Olympics? Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, I think was her name. How do you say it? American sprinter, we'll say, because she would run the 400 and an 800, I think, or maybe it's the 400 for sure, and 400 hurdles. She would annihilate people on the track. And you're going, these are the best athletes in the world. It's not her running against me. This is the best of the best. And when you can win something like that with a cushion and a distance, and now you get to golf. And I know there's a little bit of separation right now with the Live Tour and the PGA Tour, but Scottie Schefler is taking advantage of that. And even when they're all together in majors, Scottie Schefler just won the British Open. He's won other majors. He's won the Masters. He is the combination of the right mentality for the sport, an incredible ball striker. He just doesn't make mistakes. He's confident, and he's at his peak. And yesterday, that chip-in was pretty epic. Ends up winning another tournament, and now will find himself in a great spot to win this week the FedEx Cup. He's won 5 tour wins this year in 2025. And these are runs that legends of the golf sport have done. And so when other great athletes that go to social media like Mahomes and LeBron, and they're talking about Scottie Schefler, and a lot of people were amazed by what he was able to do yesterday. I just appreciate that. I appreciate when greats can see others at their greatest. And that's got to be a sweet spot to be in when you've hit that kind of pinnacle of you've now gotten your experience, you've got your confidence, your body is right, you've matured, like all of that stuff kind of comes together and meets and makes you extremely dangerous. And now everybody tries to catch him. He just keeps excelling and did some amazing things yesterday. It was fun to watch. All right, first hour complete. Still much more to go. In our next hour, we're going to go around the diamond. We're going to talk more about the future of Sacramento sports and talk about the groundbreaking today that's going on here in Sacramento with Republic FC. That is all coming up right here on Sacktown Sports.
The Drive Guys.
And I know you guys missed me, so I was like, I'm coming in.
We're starting to get used to it. I'm not having you, actually.
I mean, I actually felt bad for Jay too. I'm like, damn, Jay, you got to work with this dude for 4 hours. And I'm like, let me come help Jay. No, I'm messing with you. You know what, though? I missed you the other night.
You can listen to The Drive Guys Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 1140 a.m., YouTube, and the Sacktown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Let's go!
You waited a lifetime for this moment. Now it's time to celebrate. The official collection. The Oklahoma City Thunder, NBA champions. Available now at NBA Store. A Fanatics experience.
Discover Terra Madre Americas, one of the world's most exciting food events, coming to Northern California for the first time this September 26th through 28th. Dig into good, clean, and fair food for all with chefs Alice Waters, Sean Sherman, and Jeremiah Tower. Hear music from The War on Drugs, Spoon, Big Head Todd and the Monsters, Jade Bird, and Passion Pit Solo Acoustic. Savor the journey of Terra Madre Americas, only in Sacramento. Details on TerraMadreUSA.com. Terra Madre Americas is supported by Sacramento International Airport and brought to you by Slow Food and Visit Sacramento.
Sacramento basketball is back. With offseason acquisitions and a retooled Kings roster under new head coach Doug Christie, we're proud to cheer on the Beam Team for another exciting season. Don't miss opening night at Golden One Center on Friday, October 24th, when the Kings take on the Utah Jazz. Tickets for all games are on sale now, so be sure to get yours to see DeMontis Sabonis, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and all your Sacramento Kings. Head to kings.com/tickets to secure your seats now.
Labor Day savings are on at Elk Grove Chevy with $10,500 off MSRP. Every new 2025 Silverado 1500 5.3 liter after all rebates. And Elk Grove Chevy has one of the largest selections in the Sacramento area. $10,500 off new Silverado exclusively at the Elk Grove Chevy Silverado Supercenter. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MetaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Excludes work parking, ZR2, not trading 2011 Chevy car truck. Not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers.
Made a great deal at Meta.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Attention taxpayers. If you owe $5,000 or more and have missed another tax deadline, you're officially on the IRS's radar. The IRS has resumed aggressive collections. That means wage garnishments, bank levies, even seizures of your home, car, or retirement accounts. If you owe $5,000 or more and missed the deadline, you're stacking new debt on top of what you already owe. Call Priority Tax Relief now. Their experts fight back fast and are saving their clients millions in tax debt every month.
I owed over $50,000 and they settled it for pennies on the dollar. These guys are as legit as they come.
After speaking on my behalf with the IRS, my entire debt of $25,000 will be eliminated.
Whether you've received collection letters or you're already facing liens and garnishments, call for your free consultation. There are no upfront fees. Priority Tax Relief. Let's make your taxes our priority. Call 800-406-1584. 800-406-1584. 800-406-1584.
Priority Tax Relief.
KHD 1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140. 3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, second hour is here. Jason Ross, Christopher Laud, Carmichael Dave back with us tomorrow. We are rolling right along here. Good first hour. Looking forward to hour number 2. We're going to talk a little bit more about the future of the sports scene in our beautiful city here of Sacramento. But let's get to it. It is 3 for Madness time. Let's start with question number 1.
The Lakers are going to honor Pat Riley with a statue this season in Lakers Plaza. He will become the 8th person to get a statue there. Does this feel right? And when you think of Riley, do you think Lakers, Knicks, or Heat?
So 2-parter here. One, I do believe he deserves a statue. I don't know. We were talking about that last week. We were talking about DeMarcus Cousins, whether or not the Kings should retire his jersey or not, if he kind of fits the criteria. And then how do you separate it? And you know, we're talking about different things here with the Lakers and the Kings, obviously, different levels of success. Could Sacramento have more of a ring of honor, and then the elite of the elite get a jersey in the rafters? And then if the Kings are ever to a spot where they become champions or someone's a multi-time MVP, then maybe do they get a statue? I know there was some talk. The only time I ever heard of a statue regarding the Kings, Chris, was someone had suggested like something that encompasses the 2002 team or the 2000s team in like maybe a reenactment of the SI cover.
Mm-hmm.
But the weird part about that is then that would be Jay Will, which I'm totally fine with, but now you've left out Bibby. And then does it need to be everybody where you've now include like Pollard and Bobby? And then it's like, well, wait, is it the team? And that team didn't win it. Maybe they don't deserve a statue.
It's because Weber was the superstar, but it wasn't like he was hands above everybody.
Right.
It was such a team oriented that it would feel like that you're knocking someone for having someone have a statue out there.
Yeah. And then it's like, yeah, but they need to do the team. But then it's like, do you have it was a weird premise. And then they didn't win it. I mean, that's the harsh reality, which I'll say it. I felt like 3 years going, they probably were championship caliber, but didn't win. In this case, I don't think of Pat Riley. The Knicks don't come to the first thought of my mind.
Really? Because that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
because I never knew him as a Lakers coach.
That's it. That's probably why. So I grew up in LA when he was coaching there, and he was like the Lakers coach. So I think of him as LA, but he's been in Miami so long, and to win a title there as a coach and to run operations. But imagine that. That's now 8 statues in LA in like Lakers Plaza. I think Kobe was the 7th. Let's see. Kobe, Shaq, Kareem. I think it's Magic, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West. Chick Hearn, and then it'll be Pat Riley.
Wait, is that just the statues there, or is it the Lakers statues there? Because doesn't Gretzky have one?
Oh, no, it's just Lakers. Yeah, I mean, this will be the 8th Lakers statue.
Like, so how many statues are out there?
I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've been to whatever it is, crypto. But the other part, and this is very much a Laker thing to do, and maybe even Riley wanted it this way. They're going to do that this year when the Lakers are playing the Celtics. So that's already a team, like that is the Lakers rival. Like Kings, we want it to be Kings and Lakers. The Lakers care. The Lakers organization, the Lakers fans care that Boston, if they win a title, they're very much in competition of who's going to have the most titles. So, yeah, it'll be February 22nd. The Lakers to unveil a Pat Riley statue versus the Celtics. Yeah, interesting. But, yeah, so you think Knicks first?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's what I
That's what you
remember
grew up
seeing
with.
him
Yeah.
was going up against Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
So I consider him Knicks, and then he gets his success in Miami.
Yeah.
But knowing like later on, like, oh no, he was a head coach with the Lakers and they went out with the championship.
So you're probably Knicks, Heat, Lakers.
Yeah.
And I would be Lakers, Heat, Knicks. I mean, it's not a penalty to the Knicks. He was great there. But yeah, most of his success was with LA and certainly with Miami. But one of basketball's, I mean, he was a broadcaster. He was a player, a broadcaster with the Lakers, then became coach. And
I got all that from that show on HBO.
Oh, yeah. Did Adrian Brody play him?
Yes.
Was he good?
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Except when he's hosting Saturday Night Live. Ugh.
I don't remember that.
Oh, he's not allowed to. He's not allowed to be on Saturday Night Live anymore.
Why?
Because of his insane intro for the musical act.
Oh, was he just going crazy?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure that's somewhere online. I don't remember that. And that's why he can't host anymore?
Yeah.
Was it over the top or like inappropriate?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. I once went to Pat Riley basketball camp. How about that? Pat Riley.
Gross.
Why?
All right, kids, you want to get your pomade in your hair and you want to really slick it back.
That's what I did. I showed up at camp and I'm like, come on, Riles, look at this. No, it's a good camp. I feel like there was some connection. Maybe it was at Pepperdine or something. I don't know. I was a young kid. We're going to basketball camp. Basketball camps were always fun to me. I didn't go to a ton of them, but I went to a few. Always enjoyed it. And I think I got a copy of Pat Riley's book. I think they gave that out, and he signed it. I have it somewhere. I'll bring it in.
So that's what it was. It was
probably a scam
to get us to get his books out there,
which I don't know if I read. Reading is hard. All right, let's go to question number 2.
Question 2.
Did you see the idea that the Big Ten was floating over the weekend of a 24 to 28 team college football playoff? What did you think of it?
Okay, well, there's a lot of ego here going on with the Big Ten and the ACC, and the SEC. And imagine this: they may want to make more money. So here's what they were talking about. The idea was expanding to 24 to 28 teams. Okay, not terrible in and of itself, but the premise of what the Big Ten commissioner was floating out there, I got to find the exact details. Because the Big Ten, I think, has always been a team that wanted, maybe as many as 16 teams. The model discussed, the Big Ten leadership had this model, including 7 automatic qualifiers from the Big Ten and the SEC. So like, hey, look, we're going to admit we're the 2 best conferences, but we automatically get 7 teams in this 20 to 24 team pool. Like, what are we talking about? So they would get 14 of them, let's say, 5 apiece. Oh, that's so nice, to the ACC and the Big 12. So that gets you to 24. And then, we'll do 4 at large for the other, not 4 at large, but 4 of the other conferences. We'll get 1 automatic bid. I'm for more sports, more games, more playoffs. They're for more money. My thought on this is something as simple as this. Heaven forbid the big boys at the FBS level,
he's a big boy,
which is mainly the Big Ten and the SEC, the greater than all. And again, I'm not diminishing their football because they are great. There's a lot of good teams, but they're not all good. But there are a lot of good teams, a lot of the best in football. What I honestly think they should do, if they want to grow from the 12 teams they have now, I am a huge fan and a big proponent of what happens at the FCS level. So the level that's quote unquote below them, heaven forbid, copy them. 24 teams are in. That's the level that Sac State and Davis are in. Automatic qualifiers, if you win your conference. I can't remember exactly how many. I want to say there's about 8 to 10 conferences that have automatic qualifiers. And then everything else is by the committee that's voted in. There's going to be controversy. There is at the FCS level 2 years ago. Davis beat Sac State in the Causeway Classic. Sac State was likely going to get in, but that loss hurt them. They still got in. Davis, we figured with that win, was going to get in. They didn't. There's controversy. There would be controversy at the FBS level if they have 20 or 24 teams and you've got certain guidelines that guarantee you in and the rest get voted in, same as the field of 68 in March Madness. When it's something that doesn't have exact criteria and now there's judgment, there's always going to be controversy. Boxing, gymnastics, when there's no finite, hey, you're not in first. You didn't touch across the line first. You didn't touch the wall in swimming first. Tennis has an end game. Basketball, more points scored. Football, more points, more runs in baseball. Those are finite differences to tell you who won. When it's a judgment, who had the better routine? Who had the better fight? Who had the better season? Which team earns it? I do this every year, and I say this example in the NFL. We know who gets in based on record. It doesn't matter if it was pretty or not. Well, they're not a very good team. Well, they'll decide that in the playoffs. When you're picking a group of teams to make it, there will be controversy. So with that said, if they are looking to expand, I like that 24-team model at the FCS. The FCS has 8 teams get a bye. The other 16 play, and those 16 jump in, and the winners play the 8 that had the bye, and then boom, you move on from there. It would be a great made-for-television event for college football. I don't think it diminishes the regular season. The one thing about March Madness, I think everything is put into that, which it is. It's awesome. To me personally, it's not completely diminished the regular season. There's still value. You still have to win your games. But, a North Carolina Duke game, it still means a lot when they play twice a year, but that certainly means more in the ACC tournament and, and more in the NCAA tournament if they play each other. So lots to look at. I thought it was a little bit rich by them to say, oh, we should automatically get 7 in as well as the SEC. We'll see where this goes. Always looking to expand, but I thought they were a little over themselves on that one. All right, let's get to question number 3.
Question 3.
Today is groundbreaking day for the new stadium for the Sac Republic. Also over the weekend, reports surfaced about Sacramento State and Cal Expo talking about a potential stadium site there. What is going on with the stadium situation in Sacramento?
Chris, I'm going to start with you on this one, at least on the soccer part. So Republic FC to have their groundbreaking today with plans of building that stadium downtown. Republic have bounced around a little bit, and we've had a little bit of starts and stops. We've had rallies and different things like, okay, good, they're getting MLS. Wait, it's not happening in MLS. Okay. Anyway, here's where we are, current status, a state of the state for them. Groundbreaking today. We know that doesn't mean that's all finalized, but this is a start to something. Just on that note, kind of what they're talking about, what they desire. What do you think about that stadium downtown?
I think it's cool to have a stadium downtown. I'm not sure what the status of soccer in the United States is going to be like 10 years from now.
Okay. As you've been a long time soccer fan now. What do you mean by that? I mean, I know what you're asking, but
because
what's your vision? What do you see?
As it goes right now, joining MLS sounds like insane with the amount that they're asking for franchise fees, and their TV deal is not good at all. So like the amount of money that cities are asked to put in for these teams, which they are not going to get back at all. So my hope is for there to be some sort of come to Jesus moment to where, okay, this isn't sustainable. We need to figure out how to, and I don't even know the answer to it, but how do we get to a state to where we can go back to organically growing instead of, hey, we need teams because our owners need money.
Yeah. Is there any way?
Because like the idea of it now, just on the surface, is MLS saying like, hey, it's getting close to $1 billion for a franchise fee. Plus you're going to have to put close to $1 billion in for a stadium. Oh, and you have to get the players, and you're going to have to you're talking about a $2.5 to $3 billion investment into something that is not even coming close to coming back to you.
Yeah. And I don't know, because a lot of people that I know that are truly soccer fans like you, that I've like really appreciate European soccer more so. Could you imagine you getting into U.S. soccer more?
No.
You have at times, but not to the level that you are of.
And I think that's because people say like, oh, for soccer to succeed, MLS has to be the best soccer in the world. And but it won't be. That's not true.
Yeah.
Like Brazil, Argentina, they're like huge soccer powerhouses, and all of their players play in Europe.
Right.
Like, and it's one of those things of, if you are developing your country's soccer, the best players have to play in Europe. They can't just stay.
Is World Cup still above Premier? I mean, they're different. They're 4 years. Like, what would be based on that? Like, if the best players in Brazil are going to play there, but then they still play for Brazil in the World Cup, what's better, your World Cup or the Premier League? They're different. Like, what would be the best? Is the best soccer possible the World Cup?
No, and that's just like, it's basically like, is the best basketball of the Olympics? No. Like, you'll have the best players there, but it's not like they've been playing with each other for years.
Yeah, it has potential to be, I guess, but It's really good, though. I don't know that it was the best. I mean, I still prefer the NBA over the Olympics.
Yeah.
But the Olympics was great, and the World Cup's awesome. Yeah, so anyway, on that thought, the Republic are breaking ground today on their stadium. I think that's awesome. What I'm trying to understand is kind of where we're going in our region with our teams here. And what I'm getting at is there was also a report over the weekend that Cal Expo had reached out to Sacramento State about if there was any interest, any desire about a potential stadium at Cal Expo. Now, there's a couple things going on at Cal Expo that we said before. If the Republic and all this comes to finalization and they get the groundbreaking and they get the stadium built and they move, well, they're going to go take advantage of a beautiful new stadium. So then they would leave Cal Expo. Harness racing has left Cal Expo. Cal Expo has become an area that will be starving for something. I was at Sacramento State last year. It's almost been a year when they announced that they were building a new stadium on campus. I've been on campus many times. That is not happening yet. Doesn't mean it can't happen, but it hasn't happened. And I know in my years of working with Sacramento State, for whatever reason, it's just difficult to work with the state school system and get things done. Doesn't mean it can't happen again, like all these things, but it's not as easy as there's definitely, without a doubt, a desire. That's first and foremost. Sometimes people suggest a stadium. Maybe we should get a stadium. No, there is a desire. The president has been very open. He's been on this air talking about wanting to get a stadium and building a stadium and having things delivered in a stadium being done. Well, that's part of the problem. It hasn't been done. It takes a lot of work, takes a lot of money, takes a lot of things to go right. So logically, I've been thinking for a long time about, okay, are the Republic really going to build a stadium and Sacramento State going to build a stadium? So when I've done a little snooping on that in the past, it's been, I think ideally both would like their own. I don't fault either side for that. I'm sure there have been discussions between each side at times. I know there's a desire for Sacramento State to have their stadium on campus. Fully understand that. I don't think it has to be, but I get why they want it to be. There's a draw to that to keep everything on campus, to get more students. They're trying to make that more of a on-campus university than a commuter school that it's been over the last 50 years. So totally understand that. Now, when you're thinking off campus, there's plenty of other sites that have college football stadiums that aren't on campus. One that I know well is down at UCLA, the Rose Bowl. Well, that is a decent amount of mileage away from the university at Westwood at UCLA, where the Rose Bowl is in Pasadena. And it might not be a terribly long mileage difference, but it is. It's a good drive, but it's in Los Angeles, and that could be an hour and a half. I mean, it just depends on the day. Here, if you're talking about Sacramento State to Cal Expo or Sacramento State to downtown, we're a few miles. And I don't think that would impact the majority of fans that would be going to games. Now, they get a lot of students, and that's important. You want that. You want that as a kind of the lifeline to what you're doing to your university. It just because that's going to constantly change. But if you're constantly getting 30,000 students on your campus, that number might even be higher than that. And they're not all going to go to the football games, but you get that group that goes, and they're freshmen and sophomore and junior and senior, and then the next batch and so on and so forth. And then they ultimately become, hey, I went to games for 4 years. Now I'm an alum. Now I'm giving back to the university. Now I'm going to be a season ticket holder. Again, it doesn't happen with everybody, but that's some sort of natural progression you'd want to see happen. But is there a way that they can work together? Does that make sense? I could give you pros and cons on both those things. Let's assume, and for the moment, Sac Republic is seemingly ahead of Sacramento State on this. So they're working on this downtown stadium. They want to build it. I could see an argument for let them build this beautiful stadium. The Hornets agree to become a tenant and pay for that as a tenant. and share a brand new facility. That sounds awesome to me. Now, I don't know the exact size and the dimensions. Chris, do you remember the size they were talking about for Republic? Was it like 10 to 15,000?
I believe something like, that's about right. And with the option of building on later.
Okay. Now, we know for a fact publicly, Sacramento State has huge desires to go to the FBS football level. Well, a 10 to 15,000 seat stadium, that wouldn't work. You're talking about, if they can get to where they would like to go, where the vision is, again, these are ifs, but if that's where they'd like to get to, you're talking about a much bigger stadium than that. So that's one reason to not work with the Republic. Could they do that at Cal Expo? I think they could. Now you're back to, now you don't have that kind of partner unless Cal Expo, who now seemingly, if they're losing a tenant in the Republic, they lose in racing. Now they're a state-run entity. Could that help Sacramento State get some funding? But where's that funding coming from? Is that something that is possible? So there's lots of questions I have about this, and I'm going to continue this conversation coming up here. But can it work? In the best case scenario, Sacramento State builds a brand new stadium on campus. Sac Republic build a brand new stadium in downtown. That would be phenomenal. We've got now a 10-year-old arena downtown. We got a 25-year-old stadium in West Sacramento with a desire maybe to still add, the A's or another Major League Baseball franchise here. Can even another stadium be built? There's lots of things that are happening. We know with just present state of the economy, building in California, taxes, tariffs, all that kind of stuff. None of this is easy. There's not a huge, it's a large state with a lot of money, but it's always been difficult to build stadiums anywhere and everywhere, and certainly in California. So I want to get into this a little bit more. Certainly would like your opinion on it at 916-339-1140, 1-800-920-1140, or on our YouTube chat. We'll check into that. Kind of the future of Sacramento sports with the Kings, the Republic FC, the A's, or an expansion team, the River Cats, Sac State, UC Davis, and more. Can they all work out here with stadiums and all be successful? We'll get into that when we come back here on Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm meteorologist Kelly Curran in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. We are expecting mainly sunny skies this morning with temperatures starting out in the upper 50s and low 60s, climbing into the upper 80s this afternoon. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA app.
The Roseville Auto Mall is Northern California's ultimate destination when looking for your next vehicle. Find the largest selection with 20 top brands and get huge savings during our Labor Day sales event going on now at the Roseville Auto Mall. Driven to be the best.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
All right, continuing on here with our last topic there from 3 for Madness. Kind of want to clean up some of the details I was talking about with, at least with Sacramento State and Cal Expo have been discussing, or at least allegedly discussing. Let's see. Both Sac State and Cal Expo. Looks like there's going to be an agenda item that has been made on Cal Expo's public meeting that is set for Thursday, August 28th, to talk about whether or not the merits of this make sense. When the arena was built downtown, and I knew when that process was being discussed years ago, we were on this very radio station talking about, building downtown, what that could mean, what that could do for downtown. It really has helped. I mean, I sometimes need to see things to their full materialization before I can fully get on board. I don't have the best vision. If someone's like, hey, we're remodeling our house, we're going to put this here, this there, this there. And I'm like, I kind of can't picture it as well as I should until it's done. I go, man, this is beautiful. What a transformation. Well, we were here saying, look, I think what this can do would be great possibilities for downtown. And it's materialized even to much more than I even envisioned. And so we're coming up on year 10 of the Golden One Center. And I think that's been wildly successful as far as what the goal was, what the premise behind it was, what it's done for the general area. And still, over years, I think it's going to get even better. I mean, restaurants and different things have come in, and just opportunities and events, and the arena is still in amazing shape. And just lots and lots of people have been able to enjoy lots of different things, from graduations to games to concerts to the circus to whatever it is, Monster Truck. We've all know Disney on Ice. It's all been there, and that's been fun. Great opportunities for people of our region. I think the same could be said for the Republic. We're breaking ground today on a new stadium downtown. So, downtown, there's a situation where you could have soccer right there, basketball, baseball still been there, whether it's the River Cats A's or just the River Cats if the A's end up moving on. So we're really putting together a nice kind of options for not just the sporting entities there, but other things to happen in these venues. So with Sacramento State and their desire to move up to go FBS, to have the best possible football level, which, look, there's a risk, but there could be a reward to that. And their plans to try to build a stadium on campus. And, a lot of the things from what the Sac-12 has said and some of the, almost pledges and promises that are out there, I'm all for. I want to see everything happen that those that have these visions desire. I think it'd be awesome. I really do, for this area. If Sacramento State could get to that level, could get to the things that they want, and that the Sac-12 and the president and the school entities desire, I can see that. That's one I don't need help seeing that vision. I see it. I know what they've done, how they've built the program already. I've been out there for so many years from where there wasn't a Broad facility, and there were portables in the one end zone, and that stadium has lived. It's Fred Anderson Stadium, Hornet Stadium, the track, the $1 million track at the time. They've had track and field trials. It's served its purpose. It's done amazing. And they've done a lot of renovations over the years. And, to me, as someone that's called their games for a long, long time, I think the track, as great as it is, I would love to see the stadium without the track, scrunched in tight, get everybody, make it feel really intimate, and have a loud, raucous stadium that's got all the bells and whistles that every other stadium has. It doesn't need to have 70,000 seats. It could have 15,000. But if it's put together nicely and a nice press box, good facilities, best concessions, parking, tailgating, all that. I can see all that and it being wildly successful and utilized for many, many things. So I get the desire and the want to have it on campus. I get the desire and the want to have it even be a bigger stadium than that for goals of moving up to a higher level. And now all of a sudden you're able to host bigger time teams coming in because of the facility. And maybe you're making the kind of money that the university would like to see that other power teams make. And you could, pay for teams to come in. And all of a sudden the draw is like, wow, Team X is coming to play at Sacramento State. Yep, they are. And it's on television and they're bowl eligible and all that. I can see it. And some are saying you got to walk before you crawl and crawl before you run and all that kind of stuff. Or, what, I have that wrong. You got to crawl before you walk and then walk before you run. They've been doing that. They've been putting the pieces together. They've been building a program. They've been successful here the last couple of years. I know last year was a down year, but I don't know that you have to be successful on the field to make this jump. There's some people like, well, win multiple national championships before you make the jump. I don't think that has to be done. The bigger question is, do they have the ability to make this happen? And the fact that at the moment, things are slower on campus. It's more difficult to do. The desire to jump to the FBS hasn't just happened because you do need an invite. They're still wanting to. They still want to go to the Pac-12. They still would like to probably go to the Mountain West. They still would like to go to another FBS level. Again, you need the invite. They talked about going independent. I personally, this is my opinion, I don't love that idea, but that's me. I mean, if they do it, I'll be all on board and we'll go forward and see what they can do. We heard the reports last week about, the Causeway Classic being in jeopardy because Sac State, as of now, going into 2026, doesn't have a whole lot of games on their schedule. Not a lot of guarantees. Davis will stay in the Big Sky. They've added 2 new teams. They're going to have 9 league games. That leaves them with 3 non-league, and their 3 non-league are booked. Well, Sacramento State could jump on that and help maybe take on one of those teams and get the Causeway back in play, but you also have to have Davis agree to that. So the Hornets are in a little bit of that kind of spot where they're willing to do a lot of things, but they need some people being willing to help out on the other side of things. And so that brings us back to the Republic, who are breaking ground today, and I think that's exciting. And I think the potential of what that could look like downtown and for Republic fans, if that all becomes materialized, that's awesome. Who doesn't like new venues, new opportunities, new stuff, a new stadium? Ideally when you build these, you have the best of the best. Sometimes you miss on some things, but look, you've made upgrades from certainly what they were out at Cal Expo. So could the Hornets get involved in that? Could there be further conversations between those two parties? Could the Hornets and Cal Expo truly become something that develops into something a lot more? Or can there still be something done at Sacramento State? There's questions and non-answers at this point there. The future of the A's and baseball in Sacramento brings up a lot of questions. I've said as a 1-year season ticket holder so far for the A's, I've enjoyed it thoroughly. Enjoyed it. I've had other people say, it doesn't feel like Major League Baseball there. Okay. It has to me. I've enjoyed it, but yeah, they're better stadiums. They're bigger stadiums. If baseball truly were to stay, whether it's expansion or the A's somehow, yep, there would need to be a new stadium. Then would the Rivercats have to go? Would you keep AAA? Like, I feel like the future is bright, but uncertain for our Sacramento sports region. So I'd love to know what you think. We got a text here. I hope the Republic build a grass field training ground to host youth tournaments next to the new stadium. Yeah, when you build new stadiums, there's lots of opportunities for other things, and they got to try to think of everything, but you have cost-related items here too. And I don't know what the appetite is for all these sports for our fan base. We got a growing region. Sacramento is a big area. I mean, you start to count Roseville, Rockland, Elk Grove, Sacramento County, the city, outlying areas, West Sacramento. there's a big reach here, and it's not a long drive. And I've heard that as a common theme of those that I've seen at the A's games. It's like, man, going to Oakland to watch A's baseball or Giants baseball in San Francisco, it's an event. It's a day for people in this area. It is. And that's a chore. Doesn't mean it's not fun. It can be great. You have great memories. Go out there and go to restaurants or bars, or if it was in Oakland, a lot of people go out there and tailgate and spend the day and make it a fun day with the family or friends. Absolutely. But how about if that same possibility is here? And so I'm going to be on watching this. I know the groundbreaking today is exciting for those with the Republic, and they should be. Looking forward to that. And I'll keep my eyes and ears open to what's going on with Sacramento State and their future desires to build a stadium, whether it's on campus or if Cal Expo gets a little more steam behind it. We'll find out. But I'll let you know on that. In the meantime, I know they've made some renovations continuing, and their football season starts in less than 2 weeks. So, man, it's all coming together. All right. Break time for us. When we come back, the Giants won yesterday, but it was a disastrous weekend for them. Thank goodness for Logan Webb yesterday. The Dodgers' big weekend and the Brewers run comes to an end. We have all that. We'll go around the diamond next.
The Drive Guys.
And I know you guys missed me. So I was like, I'm coming in. I'm a
We're
team
starting
player.
to get used to it.
I'm a
not
team.
having you, actually. Yeah.
I mean, and you know, I actually felt bad for Jay too. I'm like, damn, Jay, you got to work with this dude for 4 hours. And I'm like, let me come help Jay. No, I'm messing with you. You know what though? I missed you the other night.
You can listen to The Drive Guys Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 1140 a.m. YouTube and the Sacktown Sports app.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Get ready to jam at the ballpark. On Saturday, September 6th, River Cats Baseball celebrates Grateful Dead Night at Sutter Health Park. A night of good vibes, great baseball, and even better company. Join us for a celebration filled with themed entertainment, classic Deadhead energy, and a live ball game under the lights. Whether you're a lifelong fan or just love a night of music and fun, this is one you don't want to miss. Come dressed in your favorite tie-dye, bring your crew, and soak up the scene as we honor one of the most iconic bands in music history. Secure your seats now for River Cats Grateful Dead Night at rivercats.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, a Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the Make This the Summer sales event?
Now is the time to enjoy all California has to offer. And what better way than a brand new 2025 Jeep Wrangler? And right now you can save up to $10,000 off MSRP. Don't miss your chance to save on one of America's best-selling SUVs.
And what is this I hear about 50 vehicles under $20,000?
Yes. At the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter, we have nearly 200 vehicles in stock, including Hemis, diesels, heavy duties, 4x4s, and 50 under $20,000. So whatever you're looking for, you can find it at Hoblet. We're a fifth-generation family dealer, and when you buy from Hoblet, you're treated like family because you become family. Don't miss our award-winning customer service and some of the best prices you will find on the truck of your dreams.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. 10,000 total net savings on select new 2025 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon X after 5,000 factory rebates and 5,000 dealer discounts. 3 at this net savings. Sample VIN 622117. See dealer for details.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Well, the A's have played better than 500 baseball since the end of June, and one reason, improved starting pitching. And now that Luis Severino is on the IL, rookies comprise 4/5 of that rotation, including 22-year-old Luis Morales, a consensus top 5 prospect in the A's organization.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The White
Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge. Smart fridge.
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
Attention taxpayers. If you owe $5,000 or more and have missed another tax deadline, you're officially on the IRS's radar. The IRS has resumed aggressive collections. That means wage garnishments, bank levies, even seizures of your home, car, or retirement accounts. If you owe $5,000 or more and missed the deadline, you're stacking new debt on top of what you already owe. Call Priority Tax Relief now. Their experts fight back fast and are saving their clients millions in tax debt every month.
I owed over $50,000 and they settled it for pennies on the dollar. These guys are as legit as they come.
After speaking on my behalf with the IRS, my entire debt of $25,000 will be eliminated.
Whether you've received collection letters or you're already facing liens and garnishments, call for your free consultation. There are no upfront fees. Priority Tax Relief. Let's make your taxes our priority. Call 800-406-1584. 800-406-1584. 800-406-1584.
Priority Tax Relief.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Happy Monday to one and all. Carmichael Dave back with us tomorrow. Jason Ross, Christopher Lott hanging out here. Alan Stiles will join us at the end of the show.
Maybe.
We're hoping so. Little crosstalk. Celebrity birthdays. See what's in store for today on this August 18th. All right. So over the weekend, the San Francisco Giants, I don't know if it's officially, not mathematically, they're not eliminated, and there's still some baseball left here, but it felt like watching them this weekend, and I know even in some of their best years, one of the taglines they would talk about was, and Kruk and Kipe would mention it, was torture. It's torture. But they would win, but it's like it's torture going through it, and the end result, at least, you're like, whew, got through it, another win. Hey, it's an even year, maybe even a World Series. Boom, boom, boom. That's what was happening for that run about 10 plus years ago. Well, it's torture right now watching this team play, and just I don't know that the expectations were that high for the season, but when you were rolling at different times of the year and feeling like you were a legitimate threat, you have some hopes. You've built up some beliefs in this team. So they've been in a bad way. They had a long losing streak coming into the weekend, going into Friday night's game. And look, you play 162, and there's really bad losses. There's some great wins. There's some moments that you'll take even on a bad year that you'll take with you the whole season. And Friday night was watching a good portion of the Giants game, and that game to me, just in and of itself, was the snapshot of the season for Giants baseball. So I'm going to take you back to Friday night. The Giants, like we said, had gone in with a losing streak, which I think at the time was at 5 going into that game. And they were desperate for something good to happen. And at one point, we're like, okay, when is someone going to step up and just say, look, I'm taking over this game. We're going to win. It's not today. Not today, Rays. You're not going to beat us today. Well, the Giants scored in the first inning. Okay, good sign. They haven't been scoring a ton of runs. 1-0. Certainly game's not over. They give that run back in the top of the second inning. It's like, all right, already 1-1, but that's fine. Okay, good news. 2 runs in the bottom of the second. Hey, maybe the offense is cooking here today. All right, so you already gave up the lead, or at least back into a tie, but now reestablish it's 3-1. Giants go into the third. Good job, Giants. All right, this is the day. You end the streak. Boom. They gave up 2 runs in the top of the third. So it's 3-3. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I think it's fine. Are we going to fall apart again? Are we going to invent ways to lose? No, not today, because the bottom of the third, boom, 3 more runs by the Giants. So now this game is 6-3 Giants. It's like, all right, they've done this twice, but they've learned from this. 6-3, we're good. They're going to figure this out. Well, the top of the fourth, the Giants gave up 3 more runs. They gave up the tie again, 6-6. It's like, what is happening? Then we get to the middle innings and some missed opportunities for both sides, but whatever. We're 6-6. Now I'm going to take you to the 8th inning, and I'm actually going to go over the play-by-play of this because I got to remember it exactly the way it happened. All right, so it's 6-6, Friday night, Giants, good crowd on hand, desperate for a win, and a scary situation actually to begin the inning where Casey Schmidt got hit by a pitch and ultimately left the game. So I think it was Fitzgerald that ran for him. So Fitzgerald's on first, nobody out. All right, this is an opportunity now to play to run. Well, Lee singled. So first and second. Now you're trying to bunt the runners over. And here's where if like things aren't going well, you're going to go into a mistake, do something wrong. Well, it's the Rays that made the mistake. They hit the batter, which was Koss. So now all of a sudden, bases loaded, nobody out. You're at home. It's the 8th inning. Break this open, get 3 runs, get 3 outs in the 9th. Streak is over. The next batter, Bailey, and this is the way it was going for this team, with the infield in, there's almost, all you have to do is get the ball in the air to the outfield and you're going to get 1 run. But there's a lot of space in the infield to get the ball through when they're playing up like that. And it's hit well right up the middle, but a diving play is made at short, where I thought at first the ball was hit on the ground, but it wasn't. It was caught on a low liner, and the Giants are fortunate they didn't get hit into a double play, but still 1 out. You're thinking, man, that's pretty bad luck. The Rays still elected to play the infield in, which was much to my surprise. I'm like, man, still fly ball, get it through the infield. You're going to score 1. If you get it on the ground through it, you're going to get 2, and you're in a good spot to break the streak. The next guy, Gilbert, grounded into a fielder's choice first. As Fitz, grounded to first, throw home. They can't get the second play for the double play, but now there's 2 outs. And then Ramos grounded into fielder's choice to third to end the inning. Wind, air out of the balloon, completely out of the balloon. And then you know what's going to happen. 9th inning, Giants give up a run. Bottom of the 9th. Actually, Devers led off with a double. It's like, okay, maybe there's one more spark. Maybe there's one more rally. No. They ultimately got him to third with 2 outs. Inning over. Ball game over. 6 in a row. Saturday, gave up 2 runs in the 8th to lose 2-1. 7 in a row. But finally yesterday, the Giants were able to break through and get a win, a much-needed win, but again, a win that's not going to take them very far.
Got him. There's your strikeout. And finally, in front of this great crowd, the Giants pick up a win. They snapped their losing streak at 7, and they do it today behind their ace. And also a nice 6th inning and then a couple of home runs in the 7th.
Yeah, Logan Webb was great, as we mentioned earlier in the show. 7 innings, no runs allowed, struck out 7 as well. The ace responded. The team finally got some runs and backed it up with a strong pitching outing. So in that stretch of losing, the Giants were either not scoring or when they scored, they couldn't pitch. It was a bad combination. Still really, really in bad shape now. Well back in the wild card, 4 under 500. But it was nice to see them get a victory. As far as the A's, we go around the time and continuing there. They had an awful 10th inning yesterday at home. Gave up 6 runs, ultimately lost that one in extra. But they had not beaten the Angels this season until Friday night. Beat them Friday, beat them Saturday. So a winning series for the A's as they take 2 of 3. As we go around the majors, though, we go back to Saturday, and the Dodgers finally caught the Padres.
Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to right field, backing up onto this Pages toward the corner. He's on the track, makes the catch, and the ball game is over. And the Dodgers are back in first place in the National League Western Division.
Yeah, that was from Saturday. Then they won Sunday, so now they got a 2-game lead. Dodgers and Padres will meet again this weekend in San Diego. All right. The other story in baseball has been the Milwaukee Brewers, and I was talking about their wild weekend. They were getting the Reds. They already had the double-digit win streak. They came from behind 6 runs down on Friday night, all a part of Players Weekend. Came from multiple runs down on Saturday. And then yesterday, they had no runs going into the 9th inning, trying to convert another comeback.
First pitch, and a fly ball left center field, well struck. Back is Benson at the track. Wall, gone! Wild Bill to left center. 2-1 Brewers.
Yeah, Brewers went up in the 9th inning with a 2-run home run. Gave up that run back in the bottom of the 9th. Took the lead in the top of the 10th. Oh, no runs, in the top of the 10th. And the Reds were in this spot to walk it off.
Pitch. Rip. That's a base hit down the left field line. The Reds have come off the mat, and they have finally beaten the Brewers. A 3-2 final score, and they will mob Austin Hayes at first base.
All right, so a thrilling one there for the Reds. And one last highlight from around the diamond for the weekend. Man, this guy keeps thumping. It's the big dumper.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high, left field towards the corner. Nimmo over, he's looking up, and it is gone! Home run, Cal Raleigh. He does it again. Number 47 for Cal.
47 home runs for Cal Raleigh. The Mariners and Red Sox remain tied for the top spot in the wild card race in the American League. The Yankees now in third still, finally getting some separation, 3.5 ahead of the Guardians. As far as the NL wild card race, Cubs lead, then the Padres, then the Mets. The Mets have a 1.5 lead on the Reds. Cardinals and Giants are pretty far back at 5.5. and 6. As far as division leaders, it's still the Jays, Tigers, and Astros. The Astros have a 1.5 lead on the Mariners. That's the closest race. And in the National League, you got the Phillies, the Brewers, and the Dodgers leading their division, with the Dodgers being the closest race at 2 games ahead. All right, break time for us when we come back in the 8 o'clock hour. Preseason football. Week 2 was here, at least the first full week of Week 2 action. Niners and Raiders battled on Saturday. Let's go over what we saw, what we thought, what we're learning about each team. We'll do that when we come back right here on Sacktown Sports.
The Allen Styles Show.
Are the Kings the one team in the league that could actually benefit from one of their players having a podcast? Malik, it would probably be Malik, even though he's in all these dang trade rumors. Wouldn't it be nice if you heard stories about the Kings?
You can listen to the Allen Styles Show Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on 1140 a.m., YouTube, and the Sacktown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. but you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by DTLA Law Group. Luis Severino, out with that left oblique strain, has resumed playing catch, and they expect a return in late August. Austin Wings, out with that abdominal strain, is expected to return in 2026, as he still has not started any baseball activities. That was your Sacktown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by DTLA Law Group. Hey, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call downtown. DTLA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they have won over $500 million in settlements. DTLA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com. Text charges may apply.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Although it feels like fall is the official start of football, we're still in the latter part of summer here. Still have another month to go of summer. Football is here. We had more preseason action over the weekend. Week 2 of the National Football League for a couple teams that played in the Hall of Fame game, their third game. We have a Monday night game tonight for those of you that want to watch preseason football. So get used to that. I spent Saturday watching Sacramento State in their last tune-up scrimmage. UC Davis has football this weekend, if that counts. It's here, and that's so fun. I love football. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's a great viewing sport, always has been. I've never been a huge fan of the preseason, but it's an entity. They do have it. I kind of understand it, but if I were commissioner, if it were my world, which it's clearly not, I don't know that I would play many more preseason games. I know owners want to make their money, and hey, look, people that make a lot of money want to make more money. Go figure. But it's a violent sport. It's a brutal sport. You do need some practice, and I said it last week. I think the value with Dave Richard when he was with us on Friday, I think the value that teams get in those joint practices is greater than the value you get out of preseason games. Now, doesn't mean preseason games are meaningless to coaches, to some players, but to some players it is, right? I mean, there's a batch of people that either won't play in the preseason at all or play a snap, a series, a quarter, and it's kind of getting you ready, but they're really getting ready in their practices and their film, and the joint practices. Like I said, in my experience, when I've seen that, you're going to get more true game day repetitions in a controlled way, if that makes sense. If you've ever been to a football practice, and hopefully some people have been out to Napa before years ago when the Raiders were there, or, when the Niners long time ago were in Rockland or whatever. If you've seen a football practice, generally, in my experience, they're so structured. Everything is timed. There's a lot of movement. You go to your position coaches, back to the overall field. Maybe it's 7-on-7, maybe it's 11-on-11. Now it's special teams. Then you're in your position groups again, doing drills amongst linemen, amongst linebackers, amongst running backs. But when you're playing and doing set things against another team, like if the Niners and Raiders had a joint practice, you would have had Pete Carroll and Kyle Shanahan probably work out something before practice to what they were looking to do. And it might be, hey, look, we want to focus on goal line situations. So we're going to put our ones on offense and ones on defense out there. And let's go. We're going to run, 10 plays from first and goal at the 4-yard line or whatever. I mean, that you want to be in situationals for your own offense, for their defense, and vice versa. And I think when you get ones versus ones, that's what you're going to see on the first Thursday night game, the Sunday night game, the Sundays, the Monday night game. That's how is a true reenactment of the season. So if I were in charge, I'd probably completely remove the preseason. Look, college football, they just go. There's no preseason games. You're testing yourself, and then you go and you see what you got. You might have a belief like, hey, we got something pretty special here, or we don't know what we've got. You find out when you play someone else. And there's no real grace period. And look, if the Niners or Raiders in this case went undefeated in the preseason, that wouldn't tell me everything I need to know, or vice versa. If they lost all three and lost every game and looked terrible, I may not have as much belief in them when they start, but that could change in week 1. I mean, if you remember, was it last year? Yeah, I think it was last year. I don't think there were a lot of high hopes for the Raiders, but I think that was it week 2 that they went into Baltimore and beat the Ravens. It was one of those games that just didn't make sense. Even at the end of the year, like, how did that happen? Well, they did. And so at that point, you're like, hey, maybe the Raiders are something here at 1-1. Well, they weren't. But let's get to Saturday night's game, or Saturday afternoon, excuse me. They play that 1 on Saturday. In Vegas, the Raiders and the 49ers. Would love your takeaway. You can share with us what you thought and what you're thinking about your team. 916-339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. All right, so I'll share some of my thoughts on what I saw from this game. Well, the first and foremost, a couple of the takeaways, obviously, at the end. The end was kind of wild. The finish with the late interception, putting the 49ers in a chance to win the game, and Moody hit one of his, what did he make, 5 field goals, missed one. I think it was 5 of 6. A 59-yarder to win it. That's great. Look, it's preseason. To reenact that, that's good. That's good for Jake Moody, who has had his moments as a 49er kicker, and that can be taken either way. And I mean it either way. He's had some big moments for them. He's had some big moments in a negative way for them. But he hit a bunch of field goals. Daniel Carlson hit a bunch of field goals. We actually had a couple of touchdowns, and the first one came from the Raiders.
Ashton, single back set. They're going to give it to him again. He's going to try to bounce outside and get a push. Did he have enough to get in? The ball comes out. The ball comes out. Is it a touchdown or not? We're waiting on the call.
It was a touchdown.
It is a touchdown from the side judge here. Ashton Genty, his first touchdown in this building as a member of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, Genty scored that capped about an 8 or 9 play drive. Genty looked much better this week, and I have high hopes for him. I mean, for me, Ashton Genty has a chance to be someone special. Now, look, running backs need help. They need a passing game. They need a good offensive coordinator to call plays accurately. They need receiving threats, and they need line to block for him. But part of his charm at Boise State, a lot of times either he made the first man miss or he made the first man wasn't taking him down. He took on contact, ran through contact, and I'm seeing a guy that is doing that at the NFL level too. He's tough to tackle. You draft him that high, you have huge expectations, and I think the Raiders should. And I think he's going to be a big, big part of what they do. I don't even know what his final stat line was. I just know he ran the ball better. 7 carries, 33 yards, had a long run of 13, ran through one of the Niners. I can't remember which Niner tried to come up and size him up, but he ran right through him. I don't know if he caught a pass. I don't remember him catching a pass. No. Oh, he did. He did catch a pass for 2 yards. But I think as a runner, he is going to be a guy that is going to be featured in this offense. And, maybe I'll start with kind of more of a breakdown of the Raiders before we get into the Niners. I think the Raiders, it's starting to happen. I think adding Pete Carroll, there's just a different. Well, he's got great energy. He's got an energy that's infectious. Yeah, that kind of energy. Always has. There's plenty of people out there, especially Niner fans, that have not liked Pete Carroll, and I get that. I'm not asking you to like him. I think he's a good fit for what this organization needs. They're starting to get a few more players where you can see it and you go, all right, it's starting to happen. They're starting to build something. I think Geno Smith will be a nice quarterback for them. Bowers, again, back to the tight end position. Crosby, there's pieces here for the Raiders to build upon. And Geno Smith, I think, played 2 series, moved the ball effectively, got a field goal for them. Let's see what his final stat line was. 6 of 8, 55 yards. I mean, that was fine. Aiden O'Connell did the bulk of the work, 15 of 23, 138 through a pick. And then Cam Miller threw that late pick that helped set up the eventual game-winning field goal. But based on Pete Carroll, based on changing the general manager, based on just kind of a cleansing out of what they had been and drafting what I think is pretty well, the problem for the Raiders right now is I think they are building. I think they're going in the right direction. I just think they are in the tougher conference in the AFC collectively, and they might be in the toughest division in football. And that may not even be an argument, but I think they are. There was a time where they're better than the Broncos. I don't think so anymore. The Chiefs are still the top dog of the AFC, even if they might be down a little bit this year, and that's still to be determined. And then the Chargers, Jim Harbaugh, is just such a good division of coaches. Andy Reid, all the world in respect for him. Sean Payton is a very good coach. Jim Harbaugh is a good coach, and Pete Carroll. I mean, you've got experience galore in that division. But look, you got to start somewhere. I don't think the Raiders are going backwards. I think their arrow is pointing up. And so, yeah, they didn't win the game. I don't care about that. We had a texter, but they lost. Okay, I don't care about preseason wins and losses. You watch the game. Do they look more of the part? And I don't know what that end result is going to be in the win-loss department, which is the sad truth is all that matters. They could look better every week and look like they're building something and go 5-12, and people are like, so what? But I feel like it's happening, and I feel like they may put themselves in a spot where they can surprise a little bit this year and make it more difficult for the Broncos and the Chargers and the Chiefs in that division. I'm looking at their schedule. They open up at the Patriots. Feels like a big early game just because it's going across the country. New England's trying to bounce back, and somehow if they could win that game, you just get that feel-good beginning. Then you have your home opener against the Chargers on a Monday night. And then the Commanders, and then you just kind of get settled in your season. Like, it's not a impossible schedule that they have, but they are in a very, very tough AFC West. But my takeaway for the Raiders, I like where they're going. I like what they're putting together. Geno Smith played a couple series. I mean, I think if you see Geno Smith out there all game long, controlling the offense, Ashton Genty out there all game long, I thought their first string run defense was good against the Niners run defense. Now, keep in mind, they don't have all their healthy running backs, but you got to start somewhere. One last preseason game for the Raiders. They'll be at Arizona this week. All right, the other team was the 49ers, and they were able to get in the end zone.
Give over the left side, Keyshawn Vaughn banging and bumping. Touchdown, 49ers.
Now, on the 49ers side of things, they did win the game for what that's worth. They did kind of do the thing that I've been complaining about the Niners quite a bit about for years, but I'm going to let them off the hook on this. A lot of field goals. And to me, the amount of times the 49ers would play a game in the last 5 years, this would probably be something worth looking up, where they play another team and the Niners would maybe score 5 times and the other team would score 3 times. So you're in field, you're in position to score more than the other team, but the Niners may get 2 field goals in there and the other team gets 3 touchdowns. So 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals for the Niners, and they win 27-21. Nothing wrong with that, but because you win. But total yards, scoring opportunities, the Niners to me would control those games more and win. That's the positive. But at times it felt like, man, I felt like they were in more control of this game if they can stop getting field goals instead of touchdowns. Well, in the preseason, that's what they did, 5 field goals and 1 touchdown. So that's a little bit of what's been their MO, not finishing drives. Now they're finishing drives with a score, but 7's better than 3. So I'll let them off the hook in the preseason because not everybody was playing. We did see Brock Purdy. I think one of the question marks coming into that game was receiving core, right? There's been injuries. Brandon Ayuk, we learned last week, looks like it's going to be about week 5 or 6. There's either guys holding out or holding in, injured. But in that first couple of series we saw, or that first series, we saw Brock Purdy and Ricky Pearsall connect multiple times. That has been a bright spot coming out of camp, and it looked like it lined up in that first quarter against the Vegas Raiders. So I think Ricky Pearsall has a chance to be important to what this team is doing, certainly an important piece. Other guys like Demarcus Robinson, Russell Gage are going to be important while we wait on Brandon Ayuk. But when this thing really gets going, you got to realize and feel that Christian McCaffrey will be obviously the primary runner and a huge part of their running and passing game. George Kittle as well. But I thought Purdy looked good. Like I said, 5 of 7, 66 yards, helped lead down to a field goal. Mac Jones, again, just to me, I think it looks exactly the part of the role that he's going to be in is a backup quarterback. And the backup quarterback, you hope, only comes in a blowout one way or the other, whether you're winning or losing, and not a lack of performance by Purdy or, worse yet, an injury by Brock Purdy. So I feel pretty good about QB1 and QB2 for the 49ers. Definitely running back 1 in Christian McCaffrey, while Garendo and all those other guys are nursing injuries and receivers are nursing injuries. Speaking of injuries, Patrick Taylor, who we heard last week get a touchdown. He ran 4 times, didn't have much, but he got injured in the game. Corey Kiner, another running back, had just a couple carries. He got injured during the game. But probably the more significant one, well, at least from the everyday group, was the injury to offensive lineman Dominic Pooney. No real word on the overall significance of that, but the word was a possible injury to the knee, a PCL injury. Could miss a couple of weeks. Could, but we got to wait and officially get the word there. But Pooney was terrific a year ago and is expected to be very important to this team on that right side of the offensive line. So injuries are always a deal and can be a deal breaker in a season. But I thought if you looked at the Niners, yeah, some things to carry on. But I still find preseason very, very difficult to give a true indication. That's why I'm trying to do some stuff on the surface, some things that I see that you can say, all right, now try to imagine Purdy playing the entire game. Now try to imagine Kittle's in there. Now try to imagine Ayuk is healthy and in there. Now try to imagine Christian McCaffrey is in there and the primary runner. Of course they're going to look different. All right, so now we got some people responding here. Let's see. I think the game went perfectly for the 49ers. Jake Moody is absolutely key this year, and he will be deciding multiple games this year. He might be, and that still concerns me. Not that he can't do it, but the fact that the Niners seemingly can't get separations. Like I said, I think the better part of the last 5 years, even while they were winning a ton of these games, they would look like the better team, score more points, have more scoring situations, but too many times I think they get in the field goal situations and just settle for field goals. But more on that text He needed that confidence boost and a game winner from 59 yards. Take that with you into the season, and hopefully he has the best year of his career so far. No, I love that part of it. I mean, to be put in that spot, because look, to me, it doesn't matter that it's the preseason for a kicker. That same snap, hold, kick, routine, regimen, pressure situation, maybe doesn't feel the same pressure in a preseason, but look, Moody is still trying to impress. Kickers basically are in a job. Their job is on the line basically almost every week. I mean, if you continue to have bad weeks and miss kicks in practice and in the field in games, you're not going to keep that job. So I thought the fact that he was put in that position, 59 yards is no gimme, and to hit the game winner like that was cool. We have one from the 916. Yeah, Lions went 4-0 in a preseason, then went 0-16. Yeah, I'm not worried about the record. It's how did they look? Well, we got a 2-9 here. Come on, J. Ross. Raiders ain't doing nothing with Geno as their QB. I think Geno Smith will help the Raiders. I think the Raiders are, I'll say it again, like I said earlier, if you missed me, 209. I think the Raiders are going in the right direction. I think they are going to have a problem because the AFC is absolutely loaded, and they are in the best division in the AFC and maybe in the best division in football. That's what I said. I think they're getting better, but that record may not be a reflection of it. I think they may be a problem for some teams. I think they may surprise some teams. That's my point on the Raiders. I like Pete Carroll. I like Geno Smith for what they have now. He's not the long-term answer. I think I would play Geno Smith this year and draft a quarterback. The Raiders don't have the quarterback of their future. Now, some teams know they do. Other teams are hoping they do, but the Raiders have their quarterback for the present. Geno Smith should be their quarterback of this team. I don't think it should be Aiden O'Connell. I think it should be Geno. I think he will do just fine. I think they need to rely on Ashton Genty. I think Bowers. I think they need to keep developing other receivers, Jacoby Myers and others, and keep getting the defense better and start the build, start the process of getting the team better at positions. And you know, where on a week-to-week basis, there's not many times where in the past you'd say, oh, the Raiders are better at this position than the other team. Max Crosby, maybe when Devontae Adams was there and running great routes. But that's it. Like, there's not a lot of spots where you go, the Raiders will win this matchup. It's getting better. It's getting better. Let's see what else. Talking about Geno, he looked only decent because Niners hardly played any starters on defense. Yeah, again, Geno Smith has been good the last couple of years with Seattle. I think Geno Smith is a nice NFL story. I thought where he was drafted by the Jets, what was expected of him, what he did not match that high pick. And then ultimately got to Seattle. And I thought, well, this is the kind of guy that's career is just going to kind of fade into obscurity, and he ends. And we'll go, remember Geno Smith? Yeah, wasn't much there. Well, he found himself again. To his credit, he worked hard, got an opportunity, made the most of his opportunity, and he's done it. Good for him. Absolutely good for him. Moody felt that pressure for sure. The fans have been beating him up since he got here. If he would have missed that kick against the Raiders, they would be calling for his job. Absolutely. That's the nature of that position. Making a 59-yard field goal in preseason, regular season, Super Bowl, whatever it might be, is impressive nonetheless. There's never been a question about Jake Moody's leg. He's got a strong leg, but he also has missed too many field goals in his career. So big one for him. And so when you look at both teams, the Niners, by the way, they've got one last preseason game left. They will host the Chargers. I said the Raiders will be at Arizona. And I don't know what the approach will be for week 3. It may be play less guys. I mean, years ago when they used to have 4 preseason games, week 3 was kind of the last dress rehearsal for the starters. That's the way it used to be. It's all different now. Some organizations won't even play their starters at all. They just fear injuries and wear and tear and mileage on guys. I think it's a case-by-case basis. Maybe there's a few last couple of position battles and that they're trying to figure out going into week 3, but you don't want a situation like the Niners had where a guy like Dominic Pooney gets hurt. And I don't know how long he'll be out for. We mentioned early reports is maybe a couple of weeks, but the last thing you want to have happen is a preseason game to play and a significant contributor you think is going to be making an impact on your team on a week-to-week basis gets injured for a length of time. I mean, it's by nature of the sport, it's a violent sport. We know it, but you're trying to protect these guys as best you can. And the preseason games, as far as the score, is meaningless. What you see out on the field, what the coaches are evaluating, and what some of those guys that are playing for their NFL jobs, it's not meaningless to them. But as far as the game goes, fine. Entertaining. Good job by the Raiders. Good job by the Niners. Gave us something to look forward to. Again, I thought the highlights were Ashton Genty looking like the part of a guy that's going to be a nice Raider for the future, part of their run game. You draft him that high, that's the expectations. I think he's got to deliver there. And the Niners, we saw, concerns with the passing game, but I thought the Purdy to Pearsall hookups on that first drive was good. And the ability for Jake Moody to be put in that pressure situation at the end to hit not only the, we're talking about the 59-yard field goal to win it, but all the other field goals during the game and the length and different sorts of pressures at that point, but there is pressures on him to make those kicks, and to make 5, that was impressive. The last 2 he made, and we mentioned the last one being 59 yards, but remember he made the one to tie the game from, was that like 40? Yeah, 44 yards. So in the game, Jake Moody made kicks of 30, 26, and that's back to my earlier point, getting that far into scoring range, getting that close to the doorstop, and, couldn't get in right there. 50-yard field goal, then a 44-yard field goal, and the game winner, 59-yard field goal. Impressive work there for Jake Moody. All right, we will take a break here. Still to come in this hour, we've got to ask the question of who's hot and who's not. We will go streaking. We've got some lengthy streaks going on now, and a called shot by Chris on Friday. We'll see how he did with that. But up next, the week ahead. It actually is a pretty busy sports week. We've got that coming your way as we continue right here on Sacktown Sports.
The Drive Guys.
But I know you guys missed me, so I was like, I'm coming in. We're
starting to get used to it. I'm not having you, actually.
I mean, I actually felt bad for Jay too. I'm like, damn, Jay, you got to work with this dude for 4 hours. I'm like, let me come help Jay. No, I'm messing with you. You know what though? I missed you the other night.
You can listen to The Drive Guys Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 1140 a.m. YouTube and the Sacktown Sports app.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Get ready for the return of record-breaking speed. Saturday, August 23rd, the Johnny Rizzo Memorial roars into Stockton 99 Speedway for a night of legendary racing. Speed Tour Super Modified to unleash mind-blowing horsepower and more. Gates at 5, racing at 7. Tickets start at just $20 at Stockton99.com. Be there.
And we're back, live during a Flex Alert. Dialed in on the thermostat. Oh, we're pre-cooling before 4 p.m., folks.
And that's the end of the third. Time to set it back to 78 from 4 to 9 p.m. Clutch move by the home team. What's the game plan from here on out?
Laundry?
Not today.
Dishwasher?
Sidelined.
What a performance by Team California. The power truly is ours.
During a Flex Alert, pre-cool, power down, and let's beat the heat together.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Top 100 teacher and PGA Master Professional Kelly Stenzel offers some short game rules in Golf Magazine. 1. Stay still while putting. 2. Lean into chips with weight slightly forward during the shot. 3. For less distance, use a shorter swing and narrower stance. 4. Hit the ground to get true launch. Make a divot to get the ball in the air. 5. To hit a great bunker shot, dig your feet into the sand. 6. Swing length controls natural speed. Swing and stroke should be relatively equal back and through in size and rhythm. 7. Pivot for pitches so the club head glides underneath the ball, launching it high with spin. 8. Write it down. Calibrate your short game and put it on paper. Having some basic guidelines and a plan for your short game can make a huge difference without having to always rely on feel. Look for the full story at golf.com. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Hi, Sacramento. It's the No Surprise guys at Bell Brothers Plumbing. Need a water heater or plumbing repair? Call Bell Brothers. Clogged drain? We'll clear it for $67. Plus a free camera inspection, a $250 value. We're fast, on time, and the price we quote is the price you pay. No surprises. Plus, we'll check your plumbing for free. Call Bell Brothers or book at thenosurpriseguys.com.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sacktown Sports 1140.
High voltage live boxing action returns to the venue on September 6th as Uppercut Promotions presents 6 big fights featuring undefeated fighters. Thunder Showdown September 6th at the venue at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Tickets at Ticketmaster. Fight cards subject to change.
Carmichael Dave. He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
A couple of people on our chat. Apparently, their power outage. They were having a power outage. Why? Interesting. We've got all the power you need here. Do you know what happened to our TV, Chris? Remember how we got it back on? Brian was in here, got that one back on for a while, and then it's back out.
Interesting.
Maybe. I don't know what it was. I don't know what happened. I learned during the break that, Chris, wait, you do like disco or you don't like disco?
I would say I don't.
You don't. You just don't even care for it. I wonder if you would have been, if we grew up in that time, do you think we would have been guys that had gone to the disco? You don't think so?
No.
I don't know if the majority did. See, like when stuff happens like in the past and like in the 60s, this is what's going on. I just assumed everybody did it. In the 80s, everybody, or the 70s, everybody was going to disco clubs. Everybody? I think you've always been a contrarian. So maybe you wouldn't do
Me?
it. Yeah. You wouldn't do what the masses are doing.
Yeah, but I don't think that makes you a contrarian. It's not that I don't like it.
Right.
It's just not for me.
But like, I'm trying to think like, okay, so if that's like a label of the 60s or 70s, like what's been the label of the 2000s, 2010s, and 20s? Or is there one?
Of
like if we're 30 years from now, I go, oh yeah, people did that in the 20s or in the 2010s. But I don't know. I mean, we lived it, but I'm
challenges. Online challenges.
Yeah, there were some things like that. Yeah, from the early 2000s. I don't know. I just don't know. If you guys know, let us know. 916-339-1140 on the text line. 1-800-920-1140. A couple more texts here before we look at the week ahead. Let me see. Where are we at here? There are no meaningless kicks for Jake Moody. Pressure will always be on him. Yeah, that's true. That is absolutely true. That's just the nature of that position. And a lot of times kickers are in that spot where they have to make a kick at the end of the half or at the end of the game, but all those kicks are important. All kicks matter.
Every single one.
Yeah. As far as the week ahead, I was in there earlier. Chris had, for a moment at least on his screen, you had the U.S. Open tennis. The U.S. Open is underway. Round 1, just getting started in New York over the next couple weeks. Flushing Meadows, I think that's the final Grand Slam of the year for for tennis. And the U.S. Open is one event I have not been to. I've been by that tennis facility there.
So just Australian Open, French Open, and Wimbledon.
What about them?
You've been to those?
No.
Oh.
One event in America, I guess.
Oh, gotcha.
But I wouldn't say efforting. I would like to go to Wimbledon. I wouldn't care about the Australian Open or the French Open per se. But though I'd like to go to Australia. I think Australia would be a place I'd like to go to. You have any interest in going to Australia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a friend down in Australia.
Oh, yeah?
I'll look him up.
Look him up. See, that's a place too. Like, again, it's perception. I feel like everywhere there's like all these crazy animals walking around. But I think you have to be in the certain parts, right? I think I'd like to go to Australia.
Well, you see those videos of like a crazy huge spider in the car, and they're just like, "Oh, Crocky, get out there,
go home." Or like like I'm just gonna see a kangaroo just bouncing around.
Let go of me, dog.
You're seeing the kangaroos like fight each other and they get on their tails. It's like, my goodness. Yeah, I'd have interest in going to Australia. I think that'd be. I'm more of a. Get me around water. I want to be around water. I'm an island, water, tropical. That's my jam. So the French Open. The U.S. Open is getting started this week. Also this week, we have the final week of the NFL preseason. We're just talking about the NFL and the preseason game with the 49ers and the Raiders, but we do have the final run here. And, again, the last thing we want to see from any of these teams is any kind of significant injury that could do damage to a team or, for their outlook for the season. We have the FedEx Cup championship this weekend. We mentioned earlier the day from Scottie Schefler yesterday, what he was able to do. That was really pretty good theater with his chip in on 17 and watching him and his greatness. And then college football opens this weekend. So excited for that. I've always been a lifelong college football fan. I've been blessed to be able to call games now for the better part. I think this will be my 28th season coming up for Sacramento State. They've got one more week.
I pay my taxes.
One more week before they start. But it's here. Let me find all of the games that are on tap for this weekend because it's week 0. Not that many. I don't know if high school football starts this week, but it might. Iowa State versus Kansas State Saturday morning has 2 top 25 teams. Number 17, Kansas State. Number 22, Iowa State. That's the game that's being played in Ireland. I always thought Notre Dame did all those games, but not this year. Iowa State, Kansas State. Would you go to a college football game, Chris, in Ireland?
No.
Not at all.
I'd rather do something else in Ireland.
What's that?
I don't know.
Drink?
Yeah.
And be merry?
Yeah.
Soccer?
Sure.
Oh, no desire to see soccer in Ireland.
Well, I can't think of. They don't have the best of leagues.
Oh. Are you a soccer snob?
No, but if I'm traveling over there.
What's the most random soccer match you've been to?
I can't think of a random one because it's either they've all been USA or Manchester City or Republic. I've never seen this random game is around. I'll go check that out.
And have you seen USA only in the US?
No, I've seen them in Mexico City.
Okay. That had to be great.
Oh, yeah.
What's the best atmosphere you've seen for a soccer match?
The crazy thing is Mexico City was close, but I think the Rose Bowl was better.
And who was that?
U.S. and Mexico.
Okay.
And that was because it was the Gold Cup. It wasn't a final, but it was like the two champions playing each other.
What was the crowd percentage?
I think they said that there was 5,000 U.S. fans and 80,000 Mexico fans.
I probably should have asked you to ask me to guess. I was going to guess it was going to be close to 50-50.
No.
But I thought it would have been like 55-45 Mexico.
No.
But it was 95
Yeah.
USA 5. Wow. But why was that? What was it in Mexico City? 99-1%?
Yeah, I think it was. Well, it was a 1-1 draw in Mexico City.
Okay. And
which was good for the U.S. And then the U.S.-Mexico game, it was like 2-2. And it was like 1-1, go to extra time. Both teams score a goal in extra time, thinking it's going to go to penalties. And then Mexico scored like a last-minute winner.
Wow.
Yeah.
The place just went nuts.
Insane.
Yeah.
Like I got hit by a wave of sound.
Okay, so those are your two. Even better than when you went back and watched Man City?
City versus United was good the second time I went, and that was a loss. Arsenal, City versus Arsenal, the City fans in London were cool, but Arsenal was really quiet because City just came out and just opened up like 2-0 in the first 10 minutes.
Gotcha. When's your next big soccer one like that? Are you going anywhere overseas?
I don't know.
Okay.
I got to think. My cousin was asking me. I got to figure one out.
Got to make a trip.
Yeah. I'll look when they do the Champions League draw. I'll see what I can come up with.
Okay. Also this weekend, Idaho State, UNLV, Fresno State, Kansas, Sam Houston, Western Kentucky, Stanford, Hawaii. But UC Davis will be in action this weekend as they play against Mercer. This is going to be in Montgomery, Alabama. Both teams are ranked in the FCS. And this week, on Wednesday, we start our first installment of talking to Tim Plow, the head coach of UC Davis football. So Coach Plow will join us. We'll get some perspective on what the Aggies are expected to look like this year. And they're just a few days away from their first game. And that game, we're going to have it here, right, Chris, Saturday?
We will.
Yeah, UC Davis and Mercer.
And we will be then joining in progress the final Niners preseason game.
Oh, there you go. So we got a busy Saturday for you coming up here on Sacktown Sports. But Scott Marshall will be on the call.
Don't know if I'm going to have enough time.
Yeah, to get all these things in. But yeah, college football's here. Really, really looking forward to it. All right, when we come back, we're going to find out how we did on streaking. And we ask the question of who's hot and who's not. All straight ahead here on Sacktown Sports.
The Allen Styles Show.
Are the Kings the one team in the league that could actually benefit from one of their players having a podcast? Malik, it would probably be Malik, even though he's in all these dang trade rumors. Wouldn't it be nice if you heard stories about the Kings?
You can listen to the Allen Styles Show Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on 1140 a.m. YouTube and the Sacktown Sports app.
Thunder, feel the thunder. It's the energy all around you. Lightning and the thunder. The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. Thunder. The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Before summer calls it quits, make memories in a Toyota built for adventure during Toyota's national sales event. Score big with fuel-efficient icons like the all-hybrid 51 MPG 2025 Camry or the versatile RAV4. Itching for a road trip? The all-new 4Runner's your passport to anywhere. So don't wait. Hurry to your local dealer for Toyota's national sales event, now through Labor Day. Toyota, let's go places. Event ends 9/2/25.
Sacramento basketball is back. With offseason acquisitions and a retooled Kings roster under new head coach Doug Christie, we're proud to cheer on the Beam Team for another exciting season. Don't miss opening night at Golden One Center on Friday, October 24th, when the Kings take on the Utah Jazz. Tickets for all games are on sale now, so be sure to get yours to see Domantas Sabonis, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and all your Sacramento Kings. Head to kings.com/tickets to secure your seats now.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
All right, let's do it. Let's, in fact, find out who is hot and who is not. So, Chris, let's start with who's hot. What do we got?
That would be Erling Haaland.
Erling Haaland of who? Who's he?
He plays for Manchester City.
Oh, never heard of him. I have.
He scored 2 goals against Wolverhampton in their opener. That's 21 goals that he has in the month of August in his career, and he is third all time in the English Premier League. He follows just 2 other players. Les Ferdinand had 22 in 47 games. Andrew Cole had 25 in 44 games. Haaland, he's only played 12 games in August.
Wow. Is he honestly like in the history of where is he in the pantheon of great soccer players?
He's getting there. He's going to be he could be considered like one of the greatest goal scorers ever.
Wow.
Like he had a bad season last year and he scored 50.
50 goals.
Yeah.
And why was it bad?
Because he wasn't consistent. He got hurt. He got injured.
What makes him so good? I mean, why is he so prolific?
Like physically, he's just a freak. He's like super quick and he's huge and he's built. And also he just has like a knack of being at the right place at the right time.
Okay. So Erling Haaland is hot. How about on the flip side of that? Who is not?
The Chicago White Sox.
Oh, that's true.
They lost again to the Royals at home.
Okay.
Were they at home? No, they weren't. They're on the road. But the Royals have a 14-game winning streak against the White Sox.
Just them again.
Just them.
Yeah, man. Do they play anymore? I doubt it. Let me see. White Sox and Royals. For their own sake. Let me see. Was that it for that? Oh, no. They got a series coming up this time next week. 3-game series. We'll see if Kansas City can stay hot. Yikes. Okay. Well, the White Sox.
Imagine just going someplace and like, oh, this is a loss.
Yeah, it's always going to be another loss. What's the White Sox record now? 44-80. They had an awful year last year. You got to be thankful.
Gross.
You got to be thankful for the Rockies, who are 35-89.
The A's have really started something too, because the White Sox are doing their sell the team chants.
Are they?
Oh yeah.
Wow. In Chicago, sell the team.
And the terrible thing is, Major League Baseball has allowed, with Fisher, allowing him to leave Oakland, kind of do this waiting thing in Sacramento, and he's not paying any relocation fees, according to things that we've heard.
Yeah.
And there's no incentive for him to have a better team.
Right. Right.
So, like, if I'm the White Sox and I'm trying to get a stadium from Chicago, because I would rather them pay for it instead of me, I'm looking at the same playbook and saying, like, oh, I could just make my team terrible, not spend a bunch of money, and eventually I'll get a stadium from somebody.
Yeah, Rob Manfred's got some work to do. I know last night he was on ESPN during the kind of that Little League World Series MLB game that was, Seattle and the Mets. And let me see if I could find a quote here. He's talking about expansion. Let's see. Major League Baseball is in the middle of the longest expansion drought. So the last expansion teams were Arizona and Tampa Bay back in 98. Rob Manfred said he would like expansion wheels to be in motion by the end of his term in 2029. Those teams won't be playing by the time I'm done, but I would like the process along with the cities selected, said Manfred. I think if we expand, it provides us with the opportunity to geographically realign. I think we could save a lot of wear and tear on our players in terms of travel, and I think our postseason format would be even more appealing for entities like ESPN because you're playing out of the East and out of the West. And I don't know exactly what kind of geographic realignment.
It sounds like that would there be no more American League and National League?
Yeah, let me see how. Someone put a geographic. Expansion would not necessitate eliminating the AL and NL. It would only make it easier to accomplish. Here is one possible realignment scenario in which the priority is geography, not maintaining the AL and NL. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So they'd have 8 4-team divisions. This is someone made this up, not Manfred. The Northeast would be the Mets, the Phillies, the Red Sox, the Yankees. The Great Lakes, Blue Jays, Guardians, Pirates, and Tigers. Okay. The North would be the Brewers, the Cubs, the Twins, and the White Sox. The Mid-Atlantic, Braves, Orioles, Nationals, Reds. Okay. The Central, Cardinals, Rockies, Royals, and expansion, they have ? Nashville. The South, Astros, Marlins, Rangers, and Rays. Southwest, Angels, Diamondbacks, Dodgers, and Padres. And the Northwest, Athletics, Giants, Mariners, expansion, Portland. Well, that Northwest could still be Vegas if that's the A's. A's, Giants, Mariners, expansion, Portland. Interesting. Now, what I like about that, you'd have Giants, A's in the same. Yankees, Mets, same. Cubs, White Sox, same. Dodgers, Angels, same. It could get some historic rivalries there. It's not the worst thing I've seen. There's a few little pockets that don't quite line up exactly right, but and the teams that are exploring franchises as far as expansion: Portland, Salt Lake, Nashville, Orlando, Charlotte, Montreal, San Antonio. Okay. We shall see where that all goes. Chris, let's do it. It is time to go streaking.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking.
Oh, and we are streaking as a show going into Friday. We have 18-game hitting streak amongst all of us. It's pretty good. Chris, you're at 3. Dave's at 4. I'm at 11. Getting closer to the show record. But got to get a hit on Friday. And let's see how we did. Let's start with Dave. Dave sent in his pick as Cal Raleigh.
Did you see his bobblehead giveaway?
No.
It's a bobble butt.
Of the big dumper?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, Cal Raleigh yesterday was able to do something of significance. Really nice.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high, left field towards the corner. Nimmo over, he's looking up, and it is gone! Home run, Cal Raleigh. He does it again. Number 47 for Cal.
Yeah, Cal Raleigh had 47th home run yesterday, but Dave picked him for Friday. Well, to get to 47, remember he only had 45 going into the weekend. So Friday, Cal Raleigh got up 5 times. Cal Raleigh got 3 hits, knocked into, and did hit home run number 46. So Dave got a home run. By the way, Dave's updated season totals now. Dave is batting .251 with 20 home runs to lead the show and 48 RBI. So Dave's hitting streak is now at 5. Good job, Dave. Chris, you were at 3. And on Friday's show, you said you were going to be like me and call your shot. I called my shot of Aaron Judge. I was picking him. I said I wanted a home run. Aaron Judge is going to hit a home run. He did. You thought you could copy, and you said, you know what? I want a home run. I'm calling my shot. I am taking Kyle.
1-0. And a swing and a high fly ball deep right field. Forget about it. Kyle Schwarber into the second deck. Long gone and right. It's a 3-run home run. And the Phillies have a 5-2 lead, and Schwarber crosses the 100 RBI mark again.
Nice call. There's like Babe Ruth calling a shot, Joe Namath predicting a Super Bowl win, and you calling Kyle Schwarber hitting a home run.
Yeah, and Dave has never done that.
No, he
Not
hasn't.
once.
You and I have now done it. Chris, now...
When he finds out, is he going to try to do it on every time now?
Or is he even going to believe us based on everything we now do when he's here or not here? Chris is now on a 4-game hitting streak. Dave is on 5. Chris, you are now batting .260 with 15 home runs and 56 RBI. You, by the way, not only are on a 4-game hitting streak, you're on a 3-game home run streak.
Ooh.
So you got to see if you can keep that going. But I'm at 11, trying to get to 12. And on Friday, I took Ketel Marte of the Arizona Diamondbacks. He got up just 3 times, and he got a hit. 1 hit in his last appearance. Thank you, Ketel. So I am now at 12. So Chris 4.
Oh, good for you.
Dave 5, me 12. All right. With that said, we need to make our picks. Dave has submitted his via text. He sent me Jaron Duran of the Red Sox. Chris, who are you going to take today?
I'm going to take Bobby Witt Jr.
Bobby Witt Jr. of the Royals against the Rangers. Okay. He is in. And I'm going to take the National League's best player, second best player in baseball, Shohei Ohtani.
So it goes Cal Raleigh, Ohtani, then Judge?
No, Judge is number 1.
Hmm.
Judge is the best player in baseball. By far. Maybe not by far. It's close. It is close. All right, so there you go. We've gone streaking. We went ahead and did it. A 5-game hitting streak for Dave, 4 for Chris, 12 for me. All right, when we come back, last hour of the show, straight ahead for you. In this hour, we will have Crosstalk with Alan Stiles, plus celebrity birthdays coming your way. We also will find out what's on deck today, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. But when we come back, we'll reset some of the top stories over the weekend, including the groundbreaking today in Sacramento for the Republic FC. We'll go over that in week 2 in the National Football League around the preseason, besides just the Raiders and the Niners. We've got all that and more straight ahead here on Sacktown Sports.
The Alan Stiles Show.
Are the Kings the one team in the league that could actually benefit from one of their players having a podcast? Malik, it would probably be Malik, even though he's in all these dang trade rumors. Wouldn't it be nice if you heard stories about the Kings?
You can listen to the Alan Stiles Show Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on 1140 a.m., YouTube, and the Sacktown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer lets you easily compare direct rates from different insurance companies, so you can be confident you're getting the right one, even if it's not with Progressive. Way more confident than you were when you tried online gaming. Who knew 12-year-old boys could be so mean? And where did they learn to swear like that? 2 hours of losing to these underage trash talkers, and you're starting to question if maybe you really should stick to pickleball and other boomer stuff. So use Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer and be confident you're getting insurance that's right for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Lowe's knows tough jobs call for tougher tools. The new DeWalt Elite Series power tool accessories are built to last for the pro who doesn't stop. With precision fitment, durability, and impact resistance, finishing jobs faster has never been easier. Shop the new DeWalt Elite Series at an everyday low price, exclusively at Lowe's. We help, you save.
Summer's flying by, and that back-to-school checklist, it's growing fast. New backpack? Check. School supplies? Check. Dentist appointment? Let's fix that. Kids Care Dental and Orthodontics is making it easy to cross dental checkups off your summer list fast with priority scheduling for new patients and kid-friendly care that makes them smile. It's one less thing to worry about before fall. Call now or book online at kidscaredental.com. That's kidscaredental.com, because healthy smiles should be the easiest thing to check off your summer list.
Attention taxpayers, if you owe $5,000 or more and have missed another tax deadline, you're officially on the IRS's radar. The IRS has resumed aggressive collections. That means wage garnishments, bank levies, even seizures of your home, car, or retirement accounts. If you owe $5,000 or more and missed the deadline, you're stacking new debt on top of what you already owe. Call Priority Tax Relief now. Their experts fight back fast and are saving their clients millions in tax debt every month.
I owed over $50,000. And they settled it for pennies on the dollar. These guys are as legit as they come.
After speaking on my behalf with the IRS, my entire debt of $25,000 will be eliminated.
Whether you've received collection letters or you're already facing liens and garnishments, call for your free consultation. There are no upfront fees. Priority Tax Relief. Let's make your taxes our priority. Call 800-406-1584. 800-406-1584. 800-406-1584.
Priority Tax Relief. KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Yep. We're getting busy here in this final hour of the show. Jason Ross, Christopher Laud, those of you on YouTube. Hello. Good morning. Thank you for being there. Hit that thumbs up button at the bottom of your screen. While you're here, like, subscribe. Make all our bosses happy. YouTube is thriving this morning, so thank you for those of you there. On our text line, 916-339-1140. At the end of this hour, we will have Alan Stiles in studio. We'll check in with him. See what's coming up on his show. And this afternoon, of course, the Drive Guys will be here. So keep it here to Sacktown Sports all day long. If you ever miss anything, you can go to our website. A lot of guys work hard there, and you can find out our podcasts. You can watch this later. You can listen to it later, kind of at your own time, at your own whim, whatever you may do. On the text line, a couple things to clean up before we start our final hour, or as we start our final hour. Chris, I like this one. It says, typical contrarian behavior of Verlaud, arguing that he's not a contrarian, something a contrarian would do.
Well, I don't call people idiots for liking something.
Ooh, shots fired.
I don't think that's a shot fired.
Okay. How about this? Verlaud's Australian accent is hella funny.
Oh.
But you like that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. We got another one. Oh, this is the same texter too. Jason, do you have any food that you crave but know you can't have? Every time I have animal-style fries from In-N-Out, I feel queasy for at least a day. Well, there's probably a lot of foods I shouldn't have. I don't know. I don't know the last time I felt really badly eating something. I wouldn't say I have the best discipline, but I'm not an overeater per se. But I am a, like I don't know how you do it, Chris. But like if someone, I guess here at work, you've brought in donuts. People bring in at Christmas time. People bring in treats. Like if it's here, I'm going to eat them. If it's in front of me, like if my wife makes cookies, like oh man, I'm going to eat them. But which I know that's what they're supposed to be for. But I don't say, hey, can you make cookies? Or I don't go buy cookies a lot or sweets but if someone has made them, I'm going to eat them.
I had a pretty good run of never buying Macouni's because it was just here at the station all the time.
When was that?
This is like at the Madison building.
Oh, yeah, like in the afternoon.
Yeah. Like whenever we'd have a big guest, Charlie used to like
that's true.
Seem to come by with
that's true.
With a huge spread.
I had a buddy this weekend that actually reached out to me. I got him hip to the what's my flavor of ice cream that I like when I go to a Baskin Robbins has this ice cream called cold brew. So it's basically coffee ice cream, which I don't eat or drink coffee, but I like coffee ice cream, and it has Oreo in it. So it's Oreos and coffee. And so I told him about it, and he sent me a text. I guess he got some. And he sent me a text. He's like, hey, note to self, don't eat brownies and cold brew ice cream before you go to bed. And I said, that's where it's funny. Like I could do that and go to bed. Like I don't have that issue. But so then when I talked to him this week, I said, what was up with that? And he said, oh man, he goes, but what I'm going to do tonight, he goes, I'm having the cold brew and the brownies for dinner or first before dinner. That way, if I don't get to the other thing, I go, what are you having for dinner? And he's like, maybe like a quesadilla. I'm like, oh, what are you doing, man? What's going on here?
Is this Matt George?
I was like, my goodness. But see, I don't.
Is this a 13-year-old?
Probably, pretty much. I mean, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I don't know the last time I've had something that didn't make me feel good when I ate it. Like I said, if someone had a big greasy burger and fry, like I'll eat that. I don't know the last time I had it, but I can do it. It's just if you start stacking them on, maybe if I had that and it had a bad lunch and a bad breakfast or whatever, you're like, yeah, this was just a bad eating day. I feel terrible. But I will say this, Chris, you have done multiple fasts now. I finished that one last week. I feel really good when I do that. There are hunger cravings during it, but once you get past that, there's something about, I guess you're cleansed. I don't know.
There's like usually like, I would say almost like a 12-hour gap of where you're just like, oh, this is awful. This is terrible. Why am I doing this? And then you get past that and it's just like, oh.
Then there's a state of kind of like, it's not quite euphoria, but you're like, I feel really good.
Yeah.
And you're not hungry. Let's see. Oh, here's one that came in from the 916. I had Soul Creole a week ago. Haven't recovered since. Now, maybe if you had something that,
I've got some news. The group trip I talk about.
The fishing one?
And I. No, my friends and I, we go to like a different place every year.
Oh yeah,
and how I've been pushing for New Orleans, but one of them said like, "Hey, I've already been there. I don't want to go there again."
This was the one that you just did was Asheville, right?
Yeah. Got the green light for New Orleans.
New Orleans next year?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the plan?
I don't know.
Can I send you to a couple restaurants?
Definitely. Gonna have to throw in a ghost tour.
That's fine. Ghost tour is good. We actually did it. We go there all the time, but there was a different family reunion this year. We did I would say it was more of a historical walking tour. It was fine. It was good. Our guide was great. It was really hot and humid though that day. I was like, oh man.
In New Orleans?
Yeah. Especially this time. It was like, man, every time we could walk, it's like, no, let's go up here. There's a little shade. And we get in the shade and you're like, man, you're just tripping. But it was fun. It was fun. Good. When's that trip roughly planned for?
No idea.
No idea. But you execute. You got the go. It's just now the rest is gonna.
Yeah. The problem is because it's my trip. I'm guessing I'm gonna have to do a lot of the legwork.
How many of them are you?
There's 3 of us.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah,
that's too bad.
And I figure with you and with Dave, I should.
Oh yeah, you'll be dialed.
Yeah, because Dave has more of the.
He does more touristy.
Yeah,
stuff
he's got more of the tourist stuff.
Yeah.
Then you've got like the other like food and like
more family play. But I mean, I could send you to family houses. Hey, they would cook for you. It's like come on over to I can send you to a couple different houses and they'll cook for you. That's for sure. All right, the weekend we just had a couple things we want to reset because today is going to be a groundbreaking. I don't know if I saw the official time for that. I think it's this morning when they're doing the groundbreaking of the stadium in downtown for the Sacramento Republic. Oh, by the way, text says we did a ghost tour in Savannah, Georgia. Yeah, I recommend them. Those are fun. Go check it out. See what you learn. See what the lore and those stories are. But today, yes, groundbreaking downtown Sacramento for the Sac Republic FC and their new stadium. The thought of having a new stadium in downtown, a lot of appeal to that, a lot of appeal to what downtown could be. I mean, I think if you really start to visualize a downtown Sacramento with the arena we currently have with Golden One Center, soccer nearby, potentially I've always thought they could do a true like waterfront, a river walk, and this year going to A's games, parking on the other side of Tower Bridge close to basically Golden One Center and walking, like it's right there. That's such an easy walk. And the fact that we can have potentially 3 significant sporting venues and all could be utilized for different things. I mean, Golden One is not just basketball. I could imagine this Republic facility will not just be for soccer, but primarily that's the tenant. And, when you think about it, there's 41 NBA home games with a couple preseason. You hope for it to be playoffs, but you got to fill that place for other dates. Well, that's the same thing the Republic will have to do. And being an outdoor venue in some sense will help them. And maybe in others it hurts. But look, you can fill some other opportunities there. This is exciting. It's the groundbreaking day, but also stuff has to materialize. We've been on a lot of different starts and stops with things with the Sac Republic in the past for different reasons. And we just know how groundbreakings are very there's so much so for the media and for the image. Doesn't mean they're fake. I mean, I think everybody that has a groundbreaking has the intention of it becoming reality. And more times than not, they do, but they don't always. There's certain hiccups and snags and different things that happen. But in this case, I think that's been the Republic's desire. There's been a push to get stadium downtown, and they will have their groundbreaking today. So I think that's exciting news for the future of the Sacramento Republic FC. And as we talked earlier in the show, if you missed it, as we kind of reset, what that also then means for Cal Expo. And Cal Expo over the weekend, according to reports, had reached out to Sacramento State about seeing if there was any interest in the Hornets building their stadium at Cal Expo, because Cal Expo's lost harness racing. They're going to lose soccer. There's a desire, a need, a want. They've already got a lot of the infrastructure, certainly not the stadium in place, but you could see how that's something that could potentially work. Now, can the two sides come to an agreement on what they want? And does it make sense for the school? Does it make sense for Cal Expo? That is to be determined. So that was the story we've been talking about today. Also, we've been discussing the Giants and how they finally got a win yesterday after just a brutal week, losing 7 in a row, finding ways to lose. Their season is fallen out from under them from being at one point, the top spot in the NL West and as many as 10 games above 500. They're now 4 games below 500 after snapping the 7-game losing streak thanks to Logan Webb. A's, they take 2 of 3. They now hit the road after losing yesterday to the Angels. Now, let's get to football, though. Preseason week 2, some observations, some things that happened. We'll kind of go back to the 49ers and the Raiders as well. First, the Raiders.
Ashton, single back set. They're going to give it to him again. He's going to try to bounce outside and get a push. Did he have enough to get in? The ball comes out. The ball comes out. Is it a touchdown or not? We're waiting on the call.
It was a touchdown.
It is a touchdown. from the side judge here. Ashton Genty, his first touchdown in this building as a member of the Las Vegas Raiders.
All right, so the Raiders got a touchdown from Genty. Talked a lot about him and how he looked, how Pete Carroll has them looking better. Geno Smith played a couple of series. The Niners ultimately won the game. They got a bunch of field goals, but this touchdown.
Give over the left side, Keyshawn Vaughn banging and bumping. Touchdown, 49ers.
So the injury to Dominic Pooney was of concern to the 49ers, but they won. We saw Brock Purdy and Ricky Pearsall look pretty good on a couple of connections. They each have one more preseason game to go. The Niners will be hosting the Chargers. The Raiders are at Arizona. Last night or yesterday, there was more preseason football. The last game of the day was the Bears and the Bills. Last year, probably too much hype for the Bears. This year, starting to look a little bit better, maybe starting to back some of that up as Caleb Williams was looking pretty good yesterday, and Caleb Williams was certainly effective.
At the Buffalo 36, Dahlman sends it back in the shotgun as a clean pocket throws. Zacchaeus caught 15, 10, 5 to the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown Bears! 36 yards. And the Bears strike. They lead it 6-0.
Well, the Bears have worked on their team. Excuse me. The Bears have worked on their team for the last couple of years. They've made a change at coach. Let's hear Caleb Williams yesterday, now in year 2. Talk about that drive that he helped lead to a touchdown.
I wanted to ask you about that touchdown drive. Tell me some of the things you were able to put together to come out with that score.
Yeah, I think just getting started and getting started fast is important. It's one of our goals coming to this game, especially with a bunch of the ones playing. Being able to get out there, start fast, and get rolling. I kind of set the tone for the team, the season, and everything.
And the other part about Chicago, new look team a little bit too with some of the additions, but also a new coach and Ben Johnson.
As far as Ben Johnson goes, don't let that baby face fool you, because this guy, I mean, he comes out swinging, but how is that going to benefit you in the end? His coaching style, he's hard on you, he's hard on the team, that he's trying to extract excellence out of everybody.
Yeah, it's important. It's important for being able to accomplish something that we all want to accomplish at the end of the day. So being able to have a coach like that, it's great. He pushes everybody, but he also shows that he cares. And so it's been important for us to have him. And, we're excited to be able to go out there and fight for him and with him.
All right. So I think of the other observations of week 2 around the National Football League. Again, you can't make all these grand statements from the preseason. Obviously, the Bills' best player and one of the best players in football is Josh Allen. He didn't play at all in that game. But, look, the Bears did look good in that preseason game. You go back to Friday night, the Titans, they were able to beat the Falcons for whatever that's worth. The Seahawks beat the Chiefs. But some things to watch. The Patriots so far, I thought, in a couple of their preseason games, they've looked pretty good. They've made some plays, and there's a lot of hype around their rookie running back, Travion Henderson.
A give to the left. And try to squeeze through and running across the 5 into the end zone. Breaking tackles on the way to the touchdown. Travion Henderson.
Henderson had 4 carries for 20 yards and that score. He's looked pretty good so far. In Cleveland, the Browns are trying to figure out their quarterback situation in week 1. We saw a lot of Shedeur Sanders in week 2. Dylan Gabriel got an opportunity to lead the way for the Cleveland Browns. And here he is after the game.
There's entertainers and there's competitors. And I totally understand that. And my job is to compete. And that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but, it's something that I'll get used to. And just want to be the best team that I can and create an environment where we can all go do our best work. That's all we want to do.
Yeah, and quarterback situations are the other part to watch about during the preseason. Cleveland has a quarterback battle. They've had injuries to Pickett, who was kind of the front runner going in. Gabriel and Sanders were drafted. Flacco was brought in as a guy to give them veteran leadership. Tyler Huntley, they had to bring in based on injuries, and he played quite a bit the other day. So that hasn't been solved. I know that they're getting closer and closer to a quarterback decision in Indianapolis with the Colts as they played the Packers over the weekend. The Packers did win the game for what that's worth, but they're looking at both Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones as starters there for that job in Indianapolis. For their stat line on their game, you had Richardson go 6 of 11 for 73 yards. Daniel Jones, 7 of 11, 101. I don't know where they're ultimately going to lean. I know Richardson is the younger one, is the one they've drafted, is the one they've probably put a lot of investment into, and maybe the guy you can lean to, knowing that if you replace him, then it's probably Daniel Jones' job to go. Like you've made the decision. I think you're going to lean to the guy that you drafted. That's my own personal guess. But look, they're trying to win games, as many games as possible. And it's not about, hey, who we drafted making guys feel good. It's about trying to win as much as possible. So I don't know who they think gives them the best chance to win, but certainly something to watch there. Let's see what else we had from the weekend that stood out to me as far as things to watch. You also have teams that are, you have a quarterback situation in New Orleans. That game was also yesterday with Jacksonville. So, look, I think when you get to this part of the preseason, and especially if you're in a quarterback battle, and technically I still think there is one with the Giants because it was another good day for Jackson Dart. I know I would believe that they're going to start Russell Wilson. Wilson was okay, 4 of 7 through a pick, 108. Dart, 14 of 16 through a touchdown for 137. He is what they believe to be the future. They still have DeVito. They still have Jameis Winston. I think they will start either not Jameis. I think they'll either start Russell Wilson or Jackson Dart. But I got to believe if you're in New York, you're going to start Russell Wilson, and knowing that the rookie is waiting to go, and probably waiting to go pretty quickly there, to be the quarterback of the future and of the present. Watching Aaron Rodgers a couple of snaps in Pittsburgh through practices and other things. I'm kind of waiting to see if he's got that that form again. Like, can he find the once MVP form and the once kind of dominant form that he's had in the NFL? I know he didn't play this week, but just, some of their joint practices and some of the stuff, he's going to be important to their kind of success. So there's a lot of things to watch this year. And that's why when you've got the locked in quarterback, no worries, what a difference it makes. What a difference it absolutely makes. And I'll share this. I went to Sac State's scrimmage on Saturday, and they have, I don't think they've named a starter yet. They have Jaden Rashada, who is a guy that's pretty decorated, was a highly recruited, I think the 6th highest rated QB out of California a few years ago, ended up at between Florida and Arizona State and Georgia, now is at Sacramento State. And then Cardell Williams coming over from Tulsa, who played there. You had 2 guys battling for the quarterback position. And Carson Conklin, who was their quarterback a year ago, transferred to Fresno State. He ultimately ends up not winning the job there at Fresno State, where Kurt Warner's son did. It's tough for coaches to land on the starting QB. What's the reason behind it? I think if you're, there are some politics certainly at every level, whether it's high school, college, or the pros. The pros, there's probably a different level of it when you got contracts that you're dealing with. But I think the same can be said in college when you've recruited guys and guys have recruiting rankings. And I mean, I hate to say it, to this level now, college athletes now have agents. They do. They have ability to work on some of these NIL deals. And so there's external pressures. But I think when you get to the NFL and you're an organization that's drafted a quarterback, I think you're more likely to lean and give that person more opportunities. If you've paid a top dollar to sign a free agent QB, you're more likely to lean towards them and give them extra opportunities. If it's an age difference and more of where your team is expected to go, like let's go back to the Giants. I don't think there's a lot of expectations for them to win a ton of games. They're going to try to win all of them, but they don't have the expectations, let's say, like Washington does in their division that had such a terrific season a year ago, I should say. But if I'm if I'm the Giants, I'm thinking, well, I drafted Jackson Dart. I'd like to play him. I'd probably like to get him in there as soon as possible. But could he learn a little bit more from Russell Wilson? Could Wilson give us a better chance to win games right away while Jackson Dart learns? I think that's the tough balance to figure out if you're an NFL organization, because that clock used to be a lot longer. That window and leash, it would be like, we drafted them, but it's okay if they don't start year 1 or even year 2. Give them a couple years, let them groom, let them learn the league, let them learn the system. Well, coaches move in and out that quickly. Coordinators move in and out that quickly. And now you're moving the quarterbacks in that quickly. And so you're deciding sooner or later than you're going, this quarterback isn't going to work here. And I think that's why we're seeing some guys like Baker Mayfield and Geno Smith, who maybe needed that second and third opportunity of a different team to finally get their feet set and go, I've learned from other places. I'm now matured fully in understanding the game. My body and all that is maxed out as far as the reps and all that. And now I get it. I fully get it. I'm comfortable, and give me that opportunity again, and I will not disappoint. So I don't know the right way to do it. I don't think there's a proven right way. Otherwise, everybody would do it that way. But these organizations are testing these quarterbacks right away, and almost to find out if they can do it. And if they can't, they're going to move on and draft another quarterback. We have seen Jacksonville draft first-round quarterbacks multiple times in the last 15 years. Other teams have drafted first-round quarterbacks multiple times because, what was it? Arizona a few years ago went Josh Rosen right into Kyler Murray year after year, 2 years in a row. And one was 10 and one was number 1 overall. They got their answer pretty quickly on Josh Rosen. They appeared to be right. Look, he bounced to multiple teams and is out of the league. Kyler Murray is still their quarterback. It's a risk reward. I think, the amount of times teams are going to find the bounce back QBs that carry them, like a Baker Mayfield and or Geno Smith, I think is less than striking gold, I guess, when drafting a QB. But that's why teams are trying to get into a spot where they drafted the QB, they've groomed them, they've grown them, they know how to build around them, what they need to build around them, how to protect them at the O-line, how to give them weapons at receiver and running back. And then, if you're the Bengals and you have Joe Burrow, you don't have to think about drafting a QB, I guess the backup, but you're not thinking about replacing Joe Burrow right now. If you are some of these other elite teams with the quarterback that is your present and your long future, Baltimore, Buffalo, Cincinnati, they don't have to worry about that. And so now they can add, and now they're paying their guys top dollar, which is a lot of their cap, but they can worry about, we need help at defensive tackle. We could use safety help. We could use another tight end. That's where you draft. That's what you trade for, because you've got the biggest question mark on any team solved if you've got that quarterback ready to go. All right. What's up next for us is What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing, and still to come, crosstalk and celebrity birthdays, all that with Alan Stiles in our final half hour of the show right here on Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Americans may not agree on much, but we agree on Social Security. We all pay in. It ought to be there when we need it. Social Security could face a funding gap in less than a decade, and I don't want to see a pay cut. I'm with AARP in the fight to protect the Social Security we earned.
Pledge to protect Social Security at aarp.org/weearnedit. That's aarp.org/weearnedit. Paid for by AARP.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
busy.
Seems like back to school happens earlier each year.
First day of school coming in hot.
And this year, my kids had massive supply lists.
Folders, notebooks, and pens. Oh, the humanity.
But Staples had everything I needed, with some items just 25 cents.
Watch the small print.
No. My back-to-school budget was saved by Staples Easy Button.
Everything for school. In stock and as low as 25 cents. Staples.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. NC 23 while supplies last.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
Toyota's national sales event is on, with great deals happening now through Labor Day, like on the rugged, versatile 2025 Tacoma, or score low 1.99% APR on the 2025 Tundra, built to haul, tow, and handle your to-do list. And don't miss the all-new 2025 4Runner, fearless on the trail and in traffic. Hurry in for Toyota's national sales event before these deals are gone for good. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Offers end 9/2/25.
Bing Maloney Golf Course is 27 holes of high-flying public fun, and Bing Maloney's a classic design for golfers of all abilities. Bing Maloney's lighted driving range is a great place to learn and practice this summer under the covered hitting stations. The range also offers a practice putting green and outdoor furniture to relax with friends. Enjoy tasty beverages or comfort food from Maloney's Grill. The Association of Golf Merchandisers has named Bing Maloney a top 100 golf shop. For tee times, visit bingmaloney.com. It's Sacramento Golf's great value course.
Hey, it's Alan Stiles. Have an injury? Call downtown. DTLA Law Group, an injury law firm, has many happy clients in Sacramento and the surrounding areas who have called downtown. Get paid for your injuries from slip and falls or auto accidents. One of their most recent settlements was $1.5 million for a motorcycle accident. Have you had an auto accident? Call downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. And visit them at calldowntown.com. Text charges may apply.
It's taste on a whole new level at Sky River Casino. With 18 elevated restaurants, bars, and lounge destinations that include SR Prime Steakhouse, 32 Brews, Dragon Boat, and The Market. Just minutes from Sacramento, right off Highway 99 in Elk Grove. Join in the fun and experience the height of hospitality. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is going to be fun.
Yeah! It's time for What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
Chris, what do you have on deck today? Anything? Any movies?
There's one that I have been trying to get to.
Oh, it's in the theater?
Yeah, and it's the only place I've seen it is at the Greenback Theater.
What is it? A very select movie or something?
I'm trying to find. I can't remember. Remember what the name of it is.
Okay, let me see if I can.
I can find it if I go to the app.
Greenback Movie Theaters. All right, I'm going to see if I can see what movie it is you're trying to see. That's very select. Texas Chainsaw Day?
No.
It's not that one. Well, there's Weapons. You've already seen that. You want to go to The Naked Gun for the fourth time?
No.
Okay. Let's see. Well, then it's got to be. What is that movie called? Eli Roth Presents Jimmy and Stiggs?
Yep, that's it.
What
Jimmy
is that?
It is, I guess, a guy gets abducted by aliens, and then aliens come to grab him, and him and a friend try and stop them.
Who, Jimmy and Stiggs?
Yeah. I also want to see the Godzilla movie that's out now.
Why is it only out like one spot in one space? Is it not? Are they testing it?
Well, it was a $200,000. It was made for $200,000. So very low. I think it's more made for like Shudder, which is a like horror movie like streaming.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the list of movies that are out there, you got Texas Chainsaw Day, Eli Roth Presents Jimmy and Stiggs, Nobody 2, Texas Mutant Ninja Turtles 35th Anniversary.
Texas Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I'm sorry, Teenage.
Wow.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hey, y'all were turtles.
Howdy, partner. Shin Godzilla 4K. War 2. Freakier Friday. Weapons. Sketch. The Bad Guys 2. The Naked Gun.
See, so I'm kind of gambling because it's like, okay, do I go see this now? Or do I risk it and like, oh, maybe another theater will pick it up?
Oh, yeah. There's your movie Together. The Fantastic Four, First Steps. Superman, that's still out. Jurassic World Rebirth. F1 the movie. Huh. Have you ever gone to the theater to, sometimes when they show old movies, like on special showings?
Yeah, I want to say KSFM had one like that. They used to do that like way back in the day.
Yeah, I can't remember which theater. I think it was the Arden Theaters back when they had the domes. They would do, it might have been Wednesdays. Every Wednesday during the summer, they would have like an old
something like that. I remember seeing
Raiders
the
of
Big
Lost Ark or
Lebowski.
something. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I like that. Like going back to see a theater movie to see a theater.
That's what I would
Like, see a
rather
movie.
prefer instead of like rebooting it to where it's just like awful.
Just present it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, if I don't see ET on very much in theater, I mean, on cable anywhere, like, but if like they said, oh, we're going to show ET for a week in the theaters,
Yeah.
I think people would go see it.
Like the one I've always wanted to see, Point Break in the theater.
Yeah.
I've only seen that in the
Cable or on TV.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one. And some movies are better in the theater just based on sound and the feel and all that stuff. But okay, well, what's on deck? Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. The A's are off. They head to Minnesota for a series that starts tomorrow. The Giants, they are in action tonight. And they are heading to San Diego to face the Padres. Let's see what we got. Robbie Ray versus Nestor Cortez in that one in San Diego. Beautiful Petco Park. You been to Petco yet?
No.
Love Petco Park. I think that's a fabulous, fabulous park. I'm thinking I've been to every... Have you been to... We've been to Giants and A's and Sutter Health. Not Dodger Stadium?
Nope.
Angel Stadium?
Nope.
Okay. I'm thinking if there's a park, baseball park in California. I went to old Jack Murphy, Petco, Candlestick, current Oracle, Dodger Stadium, Angel Stadium, A Stadium, and yeah, I think I've been to all of them in California. I'm trying to think in the National League. Let's see, I've been to Dodger Stadium, Padres, Giants, Diamondbacks, Rockies. I haven't been to Pittsburgh or St. Louis or the Reds or the Brewers. And so in the Central, I've only been to Wrigley Field. In the East, I've been to Old Mets, so Shea, but I haven't been to the Phillies, the Marlins, the Braves. I have been to the Nationals. In the American League, yep, the A's, the Angels, the older Ranger Stadium. I never went to the Kingdome in Seattle, but currently their park, I've been there. Haven't been to the Astros. Nope. On the White Sox, went to the old Twin Stadium, not their new one. Never been to the Royals, Guardians, or Tigers. Haven't been to the Orioles, Rays. Been to both Yankees, Red Sox. Been there, but not the Blue Jays. I still think my favorite stadium is either Petco or Fenway. And they're totally different. Fenway's great. Wrigley was good. Old Yankee Stadium I like better than new. But Fenway's awesome. And that's a Yankee fan saying that. Love Fenway Park. Also today, as I mentioned, Giants and Padres. And the Bengals are at the Commanders. Monday Night Football. I know someone has said we had football every week from here on out. But I think this is the last Monday of the preseason. Yeah, they don't play next Monday night. That's all right. Then we'll get into the start of it in week 1 of the National Football League. We got a few more weeks to go, but we're almost there when it starts with the Thursday night game with the Eagles, the first game of the season. That's going to be great. Looking forward to that. A few short weeks away. All right. Tomorrow, do want to remind you that we will have Carmichael Dave back. Finally, it's been a long time. Dave's been out. He was out. Was he out the Friday? Yeah. The Friday before last week. Then he was out all of last week, and he's out today with his daughter there in Southern California. You think he's bringing us back, Chris, any LA souvenirs?
I don't think so.
No, not this time. Not this time, but he'll be back with us tomorrow. We'll talk a lot about the Republic breaking ground on their site there in downtown Sacramento. And then, of course, we're getting closer to just a bunch of different things going on here right now, which is exciting times. We still have to wait a little bit here on the Sacramento Kings and the other developments. Still kind of the same roster mismatch. Talked to a few people over the weekend. They still like their talent. Some other NBA people around the league like what they have talent-wise. It just feels like a mismatched roster. I said, yeah, it feels like a pretty good read of this team that on the surface, you look at Sabonis and Levine and DeRozan and Monk. And I mean, there's some good players here, but the fit, that's going to be Doug and the coaching staff's challenge is get the most out of the way the roster is currently constructed. We can tell that there's been an emphasis on improving the defense. I think that'll be a big camp point of emphasis, I should say. And then can they execute it and finding ways to make the offense work when you've got some pretty good offensive players, but your best offensive players aren't your best defensive players. You've got some guys that can do both, but maybe they're not as dominant offensively. So which way will they lean? That'll be some of the big question marks coming up for the season. But for us, when we come back, we will have crosstalk with Alan Stiles. Also, celebrity birthdays coming up. As you know, birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than crumble cookies. We'll have today's list on there and check in with Alan, see what's coming up on his show. All that is straight ahead right here on Sacktown Sports.
The Drive Guys.
But I know you guys missed me, so I was like, I'm coming in.
We're starting to get used to it. I'm not having you, actually.
I mean, I actually felt bad for Jay too. I'm like, damn, Jay, you got to work with this dude for 4 hours. And I'm like, let me come help Jay. No, I'm messing with you. You know what though? I missed you the other night.
You can listen to The Drive Guys Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 1140 a.m. YouTube and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
The Giant Summer Sale is here. Get giant savings on our Giant selection only at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save during the Honda Summer Event and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. See all our specials at FolsomLakeHonda.com. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal. You should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now. Let's go.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When you stay in your home, what you love gets to stay too. From the gardens that grow wild to the grandkids that run wilder. From the Friday night baseball games to the Sunday morning brunches. Even the daily crosswords and weekly book clubs. There's room for it all with help from Home Instead, the largest in-home senior care network with over 30 years of trusted experience delivering the peace of mind you deserve. Visit Home Instead online for a better what's next.
And we're back, live during a Flex Alert. Dialed in on the thermostat. Oh, we're pre-cooling before 4 p.m., folks.
And that's the end of the third. Time to set it back to 78 from 4 to 9 p.m. Clutch move by the home team. What's the game plan from here on out?
Laundry?
Not today.
Dishwasher?
Sidelined.
What a performance by Team California. The power truly is ours.
During a Flex Alert, pre-cool, power down, and let's beat the heat together.
Labor Day, our annual celebration of workers and their achievements, was first observed in New York, and the first Monday in September became a national holiday in 1894. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Each year we commemorate Labor Day with parades, picnics, and family gatherings. And right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings is celebrating with their exceptional whole store Labor Day sale. Would you like to refresh your living room? Would you like to restyle your bedroom? Maybe you want to redesign your home office. No matter whether it's your dining room, kids' rooms, accents, or accessories, Naturewood's unique store-wide Labor Day sale offers savings in every department and savings on every brand like Stanton, Omnia, Stickley, Flex Steel, and all the rest of the award-winning furniture. When it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable Labor Day sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Yeah! Hey, who's that? Get him going, Alan. Get him going. Free! What's up, Alan?
Monday.
Yeah, you know.
The grind.
Thought you'd be at the groundbreaking. Thought you'd have a hard hat on.
So how is this? Are they doing the A's? Are they just moving dirt around, or is this really? They're really in there.
I don't know. The pictures look good right now so far, like what they're posting. But I don't know. I don't know. Groundbreakings are always kind of funny.
And then you gotta answer questions. So is who is there? Is you know who there?
Who? Oh, him, her, them,
him.
Or
is he still? Is
like
he
groundbreaking? There's one of their pictures, like chairs and the Republic stuff, and
the man from Carmichael.
No, Dave's in Southern California with his daughter.
He's still there.
Yeah. No, he was on the fishing trip last week with his dad. Today was drop off. Well, not today. They've been doing this all weekend with Avery, but he'll be back tomorrow. Allegedly.
I'll believe it when I see it.
know.
But you said something else is coming up for him.
Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. There's always something coming up for him. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm good.
How was your weekend?
Great.
Yeah?
Great. We went to Midtown Farmers Market.
Nice.
And my wife was telling me how they've won all these awards. And I had been there briefly, but we hadn't really done it. So we did it on Saturday, and it was great, man. It was, there's so many vendors, it's so big, multiple music acts playing at one time. It's kind of crazy.
What did you purchase anything? Come away with anything?
So the reason we went is because, and I guess, hopefully we get an endorsement soon, but Senor Burger, it's a food truck, and they do obviously smash burgers, and there was a breakfast sandwich burger thing that I really wanted, and that's where they were at. So that's how it's all started, and then it turned into a whole day event.
Nice.
And then after that, we went to what's that park? A lot of kids at the park.
Downtown?
Yeah, downtown.
I don't know.
Hold on, I'll tell you what park. I think it starts with an M.
Oh, we're back to the initials. It's
No.
GB. Granite Bay.
No, but
you gave us.
Hold on, I'll tell you the park right now. Hold on, we're gonna run in here. Oh, here we go.
Central Park in New York.
No, it's not Central. Oh, here we go. Nope. right after that. Here we go.
No,
Here it
this
is.
one.
McKinley Park.
Oh, yeah, McKinley Park.
There you go. I told you it's an M.
Yeah.
So we were at McKinley Park.
You couldn't think of.
So we were at McKinley Park, and
Yeah.
Toddler Styles is just
Enjoying the water, the
park
ducks,
stuff.
and
It's
the just open field area.
And then she's just like at the point where she'll leave. Like there's a little dolphin that she's riding on the dolphin. She only wants to do stuff when other people are playing with it. And I just, hey.
So she's going to be a great big sister.
Yeah. And then she walks away. I want to go on the swing. Then somebody goes to the dolphin, goes back to the dolphin. Hey, you got to wait.
Taking toys from others.
Couple, yeah, one. She'll wait.
Yeah.
Then couple, 1, 2, off the dolphin again
longer
until
in.
somebody else comes back. Great
Yeah.
time, though.
Good.
Great
Good. What's coming up today in your show?
Man, I think the main thing that we're focusing on is how the Kings are in the wrong conference and or the wrong sport. Because the moves that they're making would be really, really would make a lot more sense in the NFL. Okay?
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
they would make a lot more sense in the NFL. So we kick off with that and a little style espresso. We're also breaking down, does Keon Ellis need more runway as he is top 10 in the steals category on NBA 2K? If you are into that sort of thing, I don't game, but I know a lot of people care about these ratings. So just got us thinking, does Keon need more runway? Niners can't keep anybody on the field. Dominic Pooney goes down, and baseball's got to be one of the more Giants finally win a game, by the way, but baseball just extremely confusing. There could be a lockout, but also expansion.
Right. That's what the commissioner was talking about yesterday. I was thinking about you because I know you've been frustrated about the Giants. You do the lockdown stuff with them too.
Yeah.
But the Friday night to me was the night that was the Giants season. Like not that make or break, but I'm like, if you had just watched that game, you're like, why are they struggling? And you're like, they led 1-0, gave the run back. Led 3-1, gave those runs back. Led 6-3, gave all those runs back.
Right.
And then the 8th, you're like, all right, it doesn't matter. They're going to win it here. Bases loaded, nobody out, and just couldn't.
No.
Even the first hit was a good hit, just a line out. Then you're like, they couldn't do anything right.
No. And
the spoiled Verlander on Saturday.
Yeah. It's crazy because they easily could have swept that series. But, I know they say football is a game of inches, and the Giants just couldn't get it done. The crazy thing about the first game, they've just been completely allergic to the shutdown inning, and we all know how important that is. So I went up to put Toddler Styles to bed and came down, and they were up at that point 6-3.
Yeah.
And, my wife takes too long. She's reading every single book. I'm 4 or 5 books. Good night, sweetie. Yeah, you're good. You're good to go. You'll figure it out. So I'm only up there about 7 minutes, 7 to 10 minutes.
Speed reading.
Come back down. Yeah, and Green Eggs and Ham. Green Eggs and Ham, 65 pages. Sam I Am.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
It's a lot of rhyming.
Yeah, but some of them don't even have words.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Okay, she's like, I'm like, that's a daytime book.
Yeah.
That's not a nighttime book. Come downstairs. It's 6-6. What is happening?
Giants baseball.
That was it. They needed to win that series. That's how I felt about it. And because now they have 4 against the Padres coming up. Then they got to go to Milwaukee, best team in baseball. Willie Adames' old team. It's cooked now. They really needed to sweep that series. And the other thing, and I promise I'll stop after this, they really had an opportunity with the Mets completely free falling.
Yeah,
and
Mets have left the door open.
The Reds too. So now they're not going to continue to lose the way they were.
So if you're a Giants fan, are you rooting for the Padres against your team?
Was I this weekend, you mean?
No.
Oh, why would I do that?
Well, like the Dodgers swept the Padres. They're starting to get away.
No.
You don't
not
hope-
in this situation. I'll root for the Padres against the Dodgers.
Yeah,
But
which is this next weekend.
Look, it's still
But then, like,
technically
so
not
let's say
over.
you're the Giants sweep the Padres. They don't make the playoffs, but it really hurts the Padres and getting back against the Dodgers.
Ask me that once it's fully cooked.
Okay.
It's still
All right.
fully
Cooked.
not fully
Almost
cooked.
there.
I mean, after this series, it will be.
You could eat it now, but it's not
So
full.
you're a
That's
Giants.
right.
So you could be a Giants fan and not hate the Dodgers, is what you're saying.
No, I do. Celebrity birthday.
So, wow. Let's do it. It's time for celebrity birthdays. Brought to you by Friends at Crumble Cookies. Nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies. All right, happy birthday. First out, a shout out. Happy birthday to the High Flyer. Henry Turner's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, HT.
73.
All right. Hey, watch it. All right. On this date, guys, what year did the movie Snakes on a Plane come out?
Huh.
Did anybody see that?
I did, but much later.
Did anybody see that? What do you mean?
You saw it?
Yeah.
Okay. I did not.
Snakes on a Plane, not Soul Plane.
No, different movies. Soul Plane was fun.
Still want an airplane with hydraulics.
I mean, I think all airplanes have hydraulics.
Not like that one.
Oh.
No. Soul or
Snakes on a Plane.
Snakes on a Plane. I don't know, man. I think they were funny enough around the same time. I'm going to go 04.
I think 03.
Alan's closer, 06.
Really? Okay.
How about Taylor Swift's song Shake It Off? Came out on this date in what year?
I have a specific.
You're a Swiftie.
I have a specific date and I have no clue why. Is it 2011? I'm gonna say
2014.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Christopher Lott. 2014.
Oh, wow!
He even surprised himself. Happy birthday, Chris! You better get this one to Andy Samberg.
Ooh,
this one's not gonna feel good.
How old's Andrew Sandberg?
I feel like SNL people are always in their 40s. You know what I mean? I think he's like 46 for no reason.
That's a good one. I'm going to say 47.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Christopher Lott, 47. Good work by both of you. Happy birthday to Robert Redford. Do you know who Robert Redford is?
The Natural.
The movie The Natural?
A river runs through it.
Butch Cassidy, the Sundance Kid, former, like,
All the President's Men.
former heartthrob.
All right, so you got to be in the 80s.
Okay.
84.
86.
Chris is closer, 89 to
Ooh.
Robert Redford. Happy birthday to former King Bogdanovich.
Oh.
Bogey.
These guys, man.
These guys.
34.
31.
Alan's closer, 33. Happy birthday to former King Willie Cauley Stein.
Okay, somebody has to.
Oh, Alan knows him as a former Warrior.
That was a tough time. If I cared. He was around, man. I'm going to say he's 32.
He is 34.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Alan Stiles, 32. Happy birthday to Can't Wait, Bart Scott.
Another 40s guy? 47?
Ooh.
Too much?
41.
Alan slightly closer, 45.
Ooh.
Happy birthday to Edward Norton.
Dance Club.
Kingdom of Heaven.
Italian Job.
Fight Club.
Primal Fear.
Better Call Saul.
He's
The
54.
54, you said?
Yes.
No, come on now.
Come on now. No.
51.
Frida.
Chris is closer, 56.
Ed Norton?
Yeah,
Fight Club?
56.
The Illusionist.
Glass Onion. I'm out of Edward. All right, that's it for us. Thank you so much. Carmichael Dave is back tomorrow. Alan Stiles is next.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.